intro music today because
What?
Oh no, all 103 episodes.
so welcome back everyone to Into the Wildlands. I'm your DM, Miser Mark, and well, last we left off our esteemed group, they have completed their trial. Well, they've helped Tiernan complete the trial by fire, literally, in the Temple of the Divine Flame. He's now gained 1/3 of the power of his weapon. And along with that, the group now reconvene at Deneb's shop after also alerting Deneb of a particular giant angry primordial that's flying in the lower stratosphere, only being seen by those who are actually looking for it or accidentally found it. She is now making preparations to run. Along with that, Adaria made a verbal contract with Bitter Tongue to collect the souls of the 4 devas that are under the control or at least leadership of Nakalis, the leader of the Grandeur Court in Rashakan City. What are the Fading Hearts going to do now as, well, they're also realigning themselves, fixing themselves up, doing all these other things, and, well, currently Deneb is not available. Oh, not to mention our newly hatched Shabrana, still young and all, had a door-to-door meeting with somebody, and, well, now his mind is elsewhere at the moment. Shift the scene. As actually, yeah. Let me roll a d4. All right, Arizel. Can you roll me a d100? Oh, is River with us or?
River, you're muted if you're not. You are.
I don't know. I had to do that through Discord. Okay, moving on for now. Next victim. Well, I'm sorry, Syndra. You're right there in the field.
Woo!
Can you roll me a d100 as you see Sabrana just standing there, eyes completely glazed or turned fully white. Ooh. Okay. All right. I see you. You're back, Ari. All right. I will get to you in a moment. I'm going to bother your captain first. Let me see. I just need to check something here. All right. I need you now, Syndra, to roll me a d6.
Okay.
you get a messaging spell or a sending to your mind. It is from a voice you do not know who it belongs to.
Okay.
Or you can roll me an investigation, but it goes by the greetings, Winter Captain. My master would like to invite you to the Grandeur Court.
The Grandeur Court's the one that Nicholas,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What time and when? Is it formal? Informal?
With the 19 investigation, you can't help but feel like you have heard this feminine voice before. But you can't quite put your finger on it. And the voice returns. Informal meeting at your earliest convenience. You may come with your friends.
All right, we'll be there at our earliest convenience.
As that happens, Arizel, roll me. You have a. Ooh, you got 30. Okay. I need to roll me a d4. Oh, I'm gonna lose. You lose River again. Oh, there we go. Perfect. 2. That is. Oh. River, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw? As you feel something in your pocket. Okay. As you pull out or you gesture into the pocket, there is a familiar pocket watch. You're muted if you're saying anything. Not a problem. So, inside the familiar pocket watch, which you know as your brother's, there is a note in it. I'll type it down too. But in the note, there is a set of instructions. Just a few letters in it. And the pocket watch disappears, or rather, it begins to turn to smoke, leaving only the letter. And within that time, let me see, we still got 3 more, so I'll just throw a d6. Well, Adaria, how are you doing as you have made your deal, your verbal contract with a bitter tongue?
I'm kind of just looking through the orbs in my bag. They're just like for most of the like palm-sized balls, right?
Yep, they look like an egg.
Okay, then I'll just kind of
Well,
take one out.
they're shape and size of an egg, but they are.
And kind of take one out, palm it, and kind of give it like a look over.
One moment, there are sirens.
No worries.
Alright, so they are in the shape and size of an egg. And if you wish, you may roll me investigation or nature to remember what type of stones these look like or are.
Investigation or nature? Nature.
Well, you remember because you held something like this similar to Tyrannin's arrow. They're made of obsidian.
Oh, joy. I
Type it down so you know exactly what you have.
think all I have is obsidian orbs in my box. I mean, I don't have the star metal.
There you go.
Alright, let me rechange that from orbs to egg stones. Egg.
Now here's a good question that I must ask you, Adaria, but do you have them out in the open?
Probably not, because I'm not about to piss off like half the people around here. It's kind of like feeling in my bag just to kind of get like a feel for the texture of it.
Alright. Alright. Finally. Tyrannin will be even, and Mavis will be odds. Alright, Mavis, can you roll me a D100?
Yeah. 96.
Message from an ally. Okay. Alright. And that would be from that group. Let me just go get there. One, two, three, four. Alright. Can you roll me a D6?
Five.
That would be. Of course, it's him. Okay. So you get a sending message as well, but from the very familiar friend and member of the Storm Stinger, a Diego Ron Vargos. And is in a very familiar tone. Little Mavis, how have you been? Worry not, crew is currently safe. We are coexisting with some of the tribes down south, and the strange primordial creature is missing.
I'll respond. Glad to know everybody's safe. Is there anything you need now?
Let me roll his stat sheet. And it's not at advantage. So an 11. There's definitely a long pause. More so than what you expect, because you already know that Diego's usually quick to answering. And then there's a pause. And then he goes, at the moment, unsure. There are some movements of Red Fox further west from our location. Found some small docks. Well, there were small docks.
Okay. I'll respond. Let's see. Let us know if you need reinforcements.
You get the feeling of a hearty chuckle, a smile. Probably more so of the vicious manner. And is not directed at you or anyone else except maybe the Red Fox. And then it says, hunting foxes? I suppose we could let you in on the fun if we don't end up blowing up the next small dock. Though I suppose we are kind of running out of torpedoes.
I'll chuckle out loud, but I won't respond.
Okay.
She hit him with the lots of lemons.
Oh yeah, LOL.
I hate them.
You definitely feel the
You love
confusion.
it.
I help make it.
You definitely feel the confusion, but there's no answers back on that. Finally, now we go to Tyrion. How are you doing, buddy? As one of the pumpkin heads is holding a tray of small little snack foods to you.
What do you want?
Points to the food, points to you, points to the food again.
I just take the whole tray and walk away.
Ah! It too walks away. How do you feel with your sword now? Feels a little heavy.
I mean, if we're talking about inside of Tyrion's head, he's like, yeah, man, I'm really just going to need to new wing, new sword, a lot of weight, a lot of new weight on his right side. Figuring out my balance is going to be an issue, but
Alright.
practice.
And as you do see, there is Topaz, who is in the middle of going through books. But no sign of Deneb. Not last since you told her about the problem flying overhead, and she just disappeared in a poof of, well, a pumpkin smoke screen.
Azaria, I may have made Deneb panic. As he eats an
Why?
entire tiny sandwich.
Oh yeah, definitely different types of meats, hors d'oeuvres. There's even this thing that's kind of sticky, but you kind of guess it's the cheese.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? She attempts to blow us up or something?
She teleports us to a place that doesn't exist anymore. That's my first worst case.
I've already been there, done that.
Yeah, I haven't. My left arm still tingles because of it.
Either way, Tannen, how are you feeling about killing a few devas?
What's a deva?
They're under some weird individual by the name of Nicholas?
Oh.
Already on the plan,
Speaking-
actually.
Alright, now just make sure I'm close by when you do it. I need them for an individual.
We have an invitation to go see him.
Huh?
Yes, literally just received a sending.
Wait, to
They
go
they
see...
want us to come, all of us, to the Grandeur Court. Totally has to be a trap.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely. Do you have
You
a
know?
moment, Syndra?
A couple at least.
Alright, he will kind of just... He'll just put the tray on this definitely open barrel of fruit, and he'll take out his right-handed sword. It's the one that absorbed the flame. Can you take a look at this? I'm just wondering what new magically happened to it. It feels a lot
Sorry.
heavier.
Yes, just a moment. Says he pulls out a pearl.
All right, Syndra, I need an intelligence saving throw. You feel like there's a resistance.
Oh, that one saving throw I'm terrible at. That's 22.
All right, you definitely get the feeling this weapon is sentient now.
Milton, I think you could just ask it. It is sentient now.
Okay, what?
Your blade do talkie now. Maybe. Maybe you want psychic talkie?
Alright. If I pass out, it's your fault. And I'll try to psychically connect to the blade.
As you do so, you do hear a voice, a very familiar voice, Tyrannin. You wish to speak.
Oh. You're here. Is that why the density of my sword increased?
You did defeat me and proved your strength. Thus my power returns to the sword.
Alright. Well. Quick question: does your fire work against things that are immune to fire? Like if I stab a fire elemental, will you still burn it?
At the moment, no. Eventually, yes.
Right, we've got goals. My
Then he
first-
points to the other sword. But you'll need to complete at least the other half.
Oh yes, yes, we'll get there in time. Trust me, it takes a. From your warning, we're not going to just jump into that. But about to go kill a very stupid kitty cat. And I've heard he's a devil, so I was wondering if his fire negation was going to be overwritten by yours.
If it is a devil, which have the immunity to flames, I can at least bypass some of it.
Oh hell the fuck yes.
Though, I am curious. Or rather, intrigued. May I devour the soul of this devil that you speak of?
One moment. Do either of you two need the soul of the Rakshassin? Is that what it is?
I don't need his soul particularly. I need the Deva, so you could have his if you want.
I mean, I really don't have any way to bind him into a contract, so. No?
You see him look at his sword? Nope, looks like you're good.
Then be sure that I deliver the killing blow.
I will do my
Do I feel like
best.
I'm
And then I'll just
terrible?
point the pommel at Mavis, but she's really good at taking those.
I was gonna say big shoes. Tell Mavis that.
Then I suppose she should have been my wielder then?
Oh shit!
If you feel that way. I do most of the damage, she just tends to kill things. But I'll let her know. Sheath it, bastard.
Tyrion, you feel smugness coming from this entity in front of you.
I hate.
And then it just goes, yes, do better. The
Finally,
successor-
someone. Sorry, go ahead.
The successor of my predecessor wielder must exceed more than just simply hurting things.
Hey, didn't we kill that thing?
It's some mental link. We can't hear.
Oh, you
Tyrion
can't see it.
talking to it.
Only I
Yeah,
can.
sorry. For Sharani, you just see Tyrion looking at his sword very intently.
I'll do
Cannon, why'd
better
you call
at making things die.
Tannen, why'd you
I
call
think
yourself a
Tyrion's thinking
bastard?
about it.
Okay, it's not happy with me just weakening everything for you all to kill it. It wants me to kill things.
Why don't you kill things?
He looks at Mavis, makes it happy.
You and my dad like to talk to your weapons.
I feel like they're just crazy.
No, this one talks back. Cinder pointed it out. It can talk. It's the fire
Yeah,
guy we just
but-
murdered.
My dad's swords talk back too.
Wasn't that also Tiamat, from my understanding?
No, his other sword talked too.
The fuck is wrong with all of you people?
I think your sister thing took that sword, or whoever she was. My dad's old sword.
What?
Who was
Oh, the bod, yes.
the giant sword?
Oh. Oh. Huh. Wait, that thing talked too?
I believe
Yeah.
that Kermit did say that it talked to him once or twice. But I do think
Yeah, I
he's
have
really
his-
talking to the entity attached to the sword, not the sword itself.
What the
This
fuck is that?
is why I'd like talking books better.
How about
Well, your
talking
book talks
people?
out loud.
I was going to.
Exactly. Plus,
Those
he
pu-
really can't hurt anyone.
Those pumpkins talk too. We got a lot of talking objects.
I feel like I'm slowly going insane.
Mavis,
here.
Is anything else gonna talk?
does your sword talk, or does your book, or does your
I was going to say a book.
Well,
crossbow?
the book talks kind of, but not with a voice. And the day that it does, I might panic.
Speaking of
So-
which, Topaz, hearing the conversation of the pumpkins, she kind of pokes her head out from the books. Oh, that's because those pumpkin heads are infused the souls of criminals and evil beings that must repent.
Oh dear God, we're in
That's
actual hell.
awesome.
That explains a lot, and now I appreciate it much more.
That's
I
why they
don't-
scream at us?
They're kind of assholes.
Ari, we need to... Ari, where... Ari?
Ari is currently,
That was
Damn it.
Syndra just, like, looking around going, Ari?
yeah, at the moment.
Looks at Adaria first, and then immediately everywhere else.
Hey, Pumpkin, what did you do in a past life that made you a criminal or a sinner?
Breathe,
Roll
probably.
roll me a D100. You
Oh,
don't want
no.
to hit low.
Murdered frogs.
I saw the 0 and got skewered.
The pumpkin. Actually, wait. Do you have the ability to understand what they're saying?
I've done it once, but that was a nat 20.
Okay, so it begins to gerbil at you, but it also does some very strange hand gestures towards you.
Is it flipping him off?
Can I insight?
Yes, you can
Like
insight.
he's trying to break through a ceiling.
A very tall ceiling with nowhere to go.
I think he's talking about... Oh. Oh, no. I didn't think
I-
anybody did that. I think he's talking about Gamora, that sin that we don't talk about.
I mean,
Well,
I could
You
actually
can
ask
definitely
him.
guess that it's giving you rude hand gestures, but then it's also pointing to the table behind it.
He was a table dancer, everybody.
Kind of just holds his head and starts shaking around and
I heard Gamora
Persuasion.
require
I guess, technically speaking, Gamora is table dancing.
I thought it had a swing involved.
Oh, you don't want those kind of houses in Gamora. Dear Lord.
I'm just gonna roll this for Topaz if she's going to say anything on that particular bit.
Please don't. I kind of do, but I think the commentary is not going to get much better.
She just looks back and then she says, "Oh right, Mother did kind of gave them a special talk,
Yeah.
so speech language, so they wouldn't speak to other people."
Why would they just curse everyone out the moment they started using words?
I think so. My mother was. Well, she says that she will like to make sure that her customers do not feel uncomfortable with foul mouth servitors that. Well, they are earning their penance. 1 copper a year.
Dear Lord. They're better off just getting Electrum at that point. Be more torturous.
That's Electrum.
It's an alloy of gold and silver, which is completely useless.
That is a waste of materials, but okay.
Yes,
No.
yes, that's what we told everybody, but
Fine.
no, they still have to use it in Waterdeep.
I thought it was highly conductive.
It is,
It is.
but it has, like, no use outside of that.
But the gold and the silver alone have the same conductivity, so why would you use... You can't get it back out.
Dude, his jaw opens, just his back teeth start sparking. I don't know, why would I ever use something like so conductive?
You can do that with gold, you know that, right?
I could do it with copper too.
What's-
Or silver. Or aluminium. Whatever the fuck that is.
Copper tastes
Oh, like
funny
the
after a
foil.
while.
Wait, why would you eat copper?
Well, you need
I've been in a
copper
lot
in
of
your
fights with
diet,
copper
so-
dragons. What do you want? They
Okay,
won't
that makes
shut
more
up.
sense. Meanwhile, the copper dragon that we actually had is still flying away somewhere in the
Well,
void.
he's
I
somewhere.
always confuse copper and bronze. Copper's the ones that talk too much, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bronze are more.
Aren't bronze more
lawful
egotistical?
types.
Though?
Yeah.
Oh
They-
yeah, Bozamar. I have
Yeah.
memories of him.
Oh, really?
Who?
Yeah, he's bronze.
You want
He's
to
a
explain
bronze.
who the fuck that is?
Oh, yes. Kermit had a pet fairy dragon, but it was actually just a reduced size as.
He thought it was a chicken.
Oh,
It
yes,
was
he was
Bozamar,
originally a
Dragon
cockatrice.
was an asshole.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened while I was
Just like
gone?
Helena was a chicken. Do you?
Yes, I
You
remember.
And
know
they
that
Pop-
Helena
didn't
was
like each
Popeye?
other.
Yes, I talked to her once, and she was very rude.
They didn't like each other.
I like to think from around the corner there's this tiny middle finger comes out.
No, it's yeah, running on bridge splits them off.
I don't know if I
Yep.
have them down, but I can't see them, so I just threw them down.
Yeah, they're right here.
Oh.
I wonder what that little dragon's up to.
Oh yeah, no, those are the two that I just put down. I didn't know if I had them on the map. Like, I can't see the dark areas for me.
All right, because I got too much light in my
Yeah,
area.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're the GM, you could see everything. So I was just like, hey, these are the two that I know about.
Either way, I think we need to take a nap and then.
Oh, good. My plan was to drink anything that he points at Buck. He hands me, and go unconscious.
That sounds like the dumbest idea. But I will.
Where exactly are our sleeping quarters again? Because I don't want to sleep on the ground where I could get murdered by pumpkins.
Among
Okay.
other very bad things they might do.
Points. Out in the back, there's the teleporter, just like it did with the garden and Mr. Bitter Tongue's Forge. There are some private quarters.
Excuse me, Deneb's daughter or sister? I can't remember.
Daughter.
Adopted daughter.
Daughter?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
If I'm able to answer it.
My dad had a pet dragon. Is there any way you could reach out to him? Is there any magic to do that?
What is his name?
Bozamar.
Very well.
Just let him know that my dad's gone, but I want to talk to him.
Oh no. Well, you have fun with that. I'm going to take a fucking nap.
Yeah, she does work on that.
Thank you.
I do not. What type of dragon is he?
Bronze?
Kappa.
Copper. And he has a really bad temper and he thinks really highly of himself.
He's about this big.
He's about that big.
You sure that's not a fairy dragon?
Nope. Just a reduced soul, I guess is what we would call him.
He's like a sliver of a soul. Oh, and also let him know that the sword is gone.
I will most certainly let him know.
Thank you.
I think I might have found him.
Oh, this is a immediate thing? I thought this would take years.
I said I think I found him. I don't know if I had found him. He is currently sleeping.
Okay.
And
We'll just-
cursing me out for waking the great Bolzamar, the tyrant.
Yeah, that was his name. Dead on.
Right. He says something along the lines of, I do not wish to meet the spawn of the one who made a deal with Tiamat.
Tell him there's souls involved. He liked those.
We did not.
Roll me 2d100s, buddy.
Okay.
If anything, he's just never gonna come back.
Yeah.
You kind of see Topaz, this young girl, just kind of cover her ears as if she's hearing a yelling.
Okay, I'll take that as a no. Thank you anyway.
Yes, it seems like he says something along the lines of, unless it's anything resembling of restoring him to his full strength, he has no interest in your endeavors or your father's or anyone from the Fading Hearts at the moment.
Oh, wait. Tell him that might be arranged.
Are you being serious about this?
Yeah, no, I'm being serious. I can grant him power. Well, a possibility, a chance at power.
All right, roll me a persuasion.
I'm gonna end badly for everyone.
That's not a good persuasion roll.
You just see this young girl, Topaz, just cover her ears again.
Yeah.
I don't like this individual.
Yeah, I will save you from having to listen to him. Thank you.
Yes, I'm just gonna, as she just, so Ron, as you're about to leave, you see her get a quill, puts dabs into the ink bottle, and then writes the name Bozmar on the book.
Individual not to talk to.
Thank you.
Right, just use the teleporter. There's a special accommodation room along with a special chef that may accommodate all your food needs.
Thank you.
So it's all those that are going to the room. Or
I'm
the
gonna wait
portal
for
place.
Davis to come out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Where'd it go?
They all went outside. Through
Oh,
the
out
door.
that way. I was like,
right
that's
here.
not where you went. Beep.
So as we're kind of hold you back a little bit, Mavis. By the end of
Yes.
this, all of this, either you will need to give me your book, or you will need this one. As she slightly pulls, and you see Nicholas in her bag. As per that thing written in yours. Just so you know.
Well, if anything were to happen to me, you need to take the book. I'm not letting go, but I'll put myself in whatever situation I have to keep the book and you guys safe, so.
All I know is that yours is a weird version of one book, and Nicholas happens to be a weird version of the opposite book. So at least we have that many parts of something. Whatever the hell we have to have them for. Anyway, have a good night.
Okay, so everyone, are you following along, Mavis?
I am. I was trying to look for the book to see if there's anything new in it.
Oh, this time you have to write into the book now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna write quite yet.
Okay, so just gonna move you guys to the and you're all here.
Spacious.
It is very spacious.
I did not expect this to be this big. Holy shit.
And Cinder, as you approach the counter, you do see what looks to be like a strange thing.
What? I think it's lagging out. It's no clipping.
I think it's pipes
What
clipping
if-
through his skull.
Is that a fucking outerworldly being?
It's been generated by some sort of computer. I don't even know what a computer is.
Some
No, it
constructs.
Wait, did you actually AI art that, Visor?
No, I did not. It was on
Okay.
Pinterest.
Hi, barkeep.
Are you okay?
I mean, Syndra, you can roll me a, or anyone that feels like they think they know what this thing is can roll me some sort of intelligence check.
I don't know, but I'm gonna run it. No, I'm not.
7 Arcana.
Oh, check. Hold on. Let me look at my int checks. Can I roll history miser since star stuff? Okay.
I have no idea what that is.
13. Yeah, I rolled the exact same, which is hilarious. God damn it, Tyraniid.
Okay, so we're gonna go in ascending order. Unfortunately, Shabrana, you do feel some familiarity with this thing. You don't know why, but it's just a presence. Same thing for Adaria. You feel a presence akin to at least a little bit like the cult, but not the same flavor, and this one seems to have its own mind of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Tyraniid, you could have sworn this thing might be an illithid. If it wasn't for the fact that it's got muscles and it doesn't look like it's floating or using telepathic things, and it is smoking a big hookah pipe. And Syndra, you never met one before, nor did you ever heard the rumors of it, but this thing is about as close to an aboleth as or at least a civilized aboleth, but in a humanoid form. And as it's smoking its huge pipe, it looks at all of you. There's a long pause as it does another drag. Right. More guests from that chaotic child.
I'm sorry, but are you an aboleth?
Someone that actually knows what I am. It doesn't call me an illithid. I like you now. Don't call me any of those squid faces.
I'm gonna try speaking to it in my native tongue.
Oh, dear God.
It looks right at you. And it speaks to you exactly the same way as you spoke to it. And it just says, "Oh, now you're a strange little one. Barely
Are you
yet
from my
friendly.
home?
No, he's from the
Off
Fallen
the
Realms.
counter, boy.
Oh, sorry. I got excited.
I understand. All of you that's not Shabrana, you can roll me either a wisdom or intelligence saving throw, as they are literally communicating in the far realm language.
Do I
Oh,
have to
I always
by the nature of who I
forget.
am or no?
Advantage, Adaria.
Okay. Oh, you said wisdom. Wow, I am rolling like hot shit tonight.
You have advantage though, Adaria, considering your cult connections.
Thank the Lord. You said intelligence or wisdom, right? Just to make sure.
Yeah.
God
Oh,
damn it.
You're hitting it with the 13s tonight.
For better or for worse. Could we please talk in common? I don't need more cult whispers in my fucking ears.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You other people don't like that.
well, of course they don't. Their minds cannot quite encapsulate or handle it too much for too long. Though he does point to Syndra, though she seems to have the mental fortitude for it, as he switches now. He's saying all this, switching to common, And then she says, my actual name will be too long to explain, so just simply call me Jobo Bababo.
I think I'll just stick
And-
with Joe.
And
Joba.
as he says the name, it sounds like he was saying something else, and it just sounds like garbage.
You
Joba
want-
Bababo.
I
Ah,
just-
yes, bo 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 bo.
God
Yo,
damn it!
bo, bo, bo,
I
bo,
wanted
bo.
to make the same joke. Jeebus, I hate that.
Oh, yes, he is looking at Joel with one eye, though.
So, Joe, or Job, or Job.
Job is fine.
Joba bobo bobo.
Oh my god, please
Bo
shut
bo
up.
bo 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 bo.
Bo 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 bo.
Anybody
So-
else?
Tiernan looks at the gourd he still has from Mock. What the hell was in this?
Ah, the strange monkey creature.
But either way, Job, have you ever made connections with the astral court at all?
No.
Okay, just curious. Didn't know how far realms you were.
Can I see anything with? Oh, sorry. Go.
There's like a pause. Let us just say I owe the Neb a debt. That I'm still paying for it.
You sure you haven't broke more people's minds while here, though?
I have done a good job in restraining my chattering and presence.
I'll take that as I'll give about 3 stars on a 5-star review.
Miser, can I see his true form? With my
No, you can't,
special
actually.
boy eyes? Oh,
And it's not that he's hiding it, it's just that for some reason it's not there.
Joba bobo bo.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Did
Looks
Deneb
little-
take your true form away?
There's a pause.
We're shitting in the wrong
I-
people's salads right now.
As I said, I am paying a debt, and the debt had a debt collector.
Oh man.
He kind of leans forward to you. Shub, you don't owe her any debts, do you?
Monetary, but not soul binding.
Did you shake hands with her?
I don't believe so. I think it's more of just any treasure I find goes to her. But you know how us far realm boys are. We don't care about money.
True. But these things do, as he kind of gestures to everybody else.
Yeah, especially the scaly one down there. He loves gems, buddy.
Literally my nature.
He switches to common again.
Yeah,
Right.
I was assuming we can't hear that.
Oh.
Jeebus.
Yep.
Yeah, they're talking in that ugly tone.
But they do point to your direction. You get the feeling they have a reason for pointing at you, and it says, right, let's just say that when Deneb is the debt collector, things can get a little bit bad.
That's right. Everything does tend to get a bit fuzzy around her.
And I see you are a dragon.
He looks to the other two. Like, is he actually looking at me or the other fucking two?
Yeah.
No, he's looking right
Like
at
half
you.
our
Tyrion.
Oh,
party.
good.
He's looking right at you, Tyrion, because he only has one eye. He's not looking at anybody else.
His eye, like the pupils moving different from the way the iris is.
Yes. Right. As I said, if you owe Deneb a debt, I strongly suggest you pay it back as soon as possible. You don't seem to be evil in the acts of committing crimes, so you're probably more safer.
No, we commit crimes against people we don't like. Usually.
I can't lost count of how many people I've murdered over the years.
You don't seem evil, as like half our party's intentions are slanted somewhat that way, but also
Then allow me to elaborate. None of you have slaughtered children, ate children, harmed any children, or put a ruin to a just civilization that has been trying to save a particular world from downfall and all that stuff, yes?
I may have by proxy.
Not yet.
No, no children. Explicitly say no to that. I have held a couple hostage.
We're not inherently good people, if you couldn't tell.
Yes, that is why
Speak for
I'm somewhat
yourselves.
curious. Oh, yes, you. Oh, he looks right at the book. You have it out,
Oh
or?
no.
No, it's.
Oh, okay.
I don't have it out. I meant when I was looking for the book, like that was player looking in the list for the book.
Okay, yeah, no, nothing was written in there, or nothing was added in there, so you had to write something in
Okay.
there to get the book.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Our purer hearts are at either end of the bar here.
well, if you're not turned into food ingredients or made into reincarnate into those silly pumpkin things, she's likely giving you the benefit of a doubt. Right, so I suppose you're here to need rooms and food.
Indeed.
Please.
Angela, can we get something cold? Alright.
Cold drinks. As
Yes,
he
like-
taps his hand onto the counter, and in front of all of you are various types of drinks. Like, what is the first drink that comes to your mind?
Rum.
Probably like some weird Feywild-esque kind of wine.
Blood,
Okay.
but animal blood.
Water.
We have like these 5 things that's fucking Dasani.
Well, he does have a password where you can read people's minds. And as he places his hand down, a picture of what you most prefer to drink is there, and it's chilled, or cold, or ice in it.
Been a while since I had a decent Feywild rum or wine. Right.
Yum. Cold blood.
Isn't that all coagulated?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
It's really good. Right, he is still an infant.
That's true. My body is young.
I hear
don't
if
think
you
your
use
mind
meat
is.
squeezings, you can keep it from coagulating so much.
He might like the coagulation though, just because it gives him something to chew.
I'm eating it like Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What did Mavis wanted to drink?
Oh shit! You know what? Root beer float.
It
Make it
appeared.
happen.
It appears as a pitcher. And then all of you do have either a glass or a cup or some tin container to put it in. Right, since I don't really know all you species preferences of containers. I just know that Daned made orders to say if those want to drink here, they get their pitcher's worth.
You do
We,
food here?
Yes.
Root beer float.
Yeah, it's just an image. It's like a fucking printout of a root beer float, but not actually. Suffer.
Yes, do you have any preferences, food allergies, or things you are sworn to not eat because of some material realm religion, beliefs, things?
You
Kind of
know,
looks like Otteria.
I'm
I
fine. I
understand
don't.
most
Sorry, go ahead.
I understand most elves, and he looks over to Syndra's direction, and then to Mavis's direction. I understand your kind tend to be more on either lean meat or no meat.
I ate
Yeah.
someone's grandfather once.
I really don't care. I've been
Same.
erased from all existence and then came back, so I've just kind of done whatever. Also, if you have, there should be a recipe I think somewhere in my mind for banana meat soup if you can get that. I'm really craving that actually.
Then pardon for the invasion of personal space as one of the tendrils from his mouth extends forward to touch you on the forehead.
Oh,
I've seen this
hell
somewhere
yeah.
before.
If you wish
Pull
to
it
resist,
closer.
just say
She's not gonna resist. She's been with enough deep realm people to kind of understand.
yeah, so as soon as it touches your forehead, you do feel like something is moving around in your head as you think about the or rather it's suggesting you think more about this banana meat pie.
Yeah.
And as soon as it seems like you've got enough information, it just the tendril, the tentacle goes back. That is the weirdest, no, probably the 7th weirdest thing that I have seen to be made, but so be it.
Eh. I made what we needed to do, and it helped us get in with a bunch of monkeys, so.
I could make monkey brain stew if you wish.
No, we actually like those people. I think. I don't know what happened past that.
Can you do a
Actually,
Waterdalian steak tartare?
I can work something out.
I've never had anything from home. Do you know any dishes from home?
Please don't.
I do apologize, but the master of this dimension does not want any far realm foods in here.
Then I'll just have carcasses.
I will give
Just
you
old-
leftovers that I make.
Just old rotted carcasses.
Understood. If you wish for anything else, you may telepathically speak to me.
Well, I got a question for that bartender. And knock on whatever door. Or is there a door?
And it's just one of those swinging doors.
Oh, okay, I'm just gonna walk in.
There's really no top or bottom. It's just midway.
Excuse me, Joe Bo.
Yes, child of Shub-Niggurath.
Who is your patron?
I cannot say.
In this realm, you can't say?
Yes. There are certain rules that we need to follow.
Can I do we follow the same? Can you tell me that much?
No, but they are not hostile toward each other either.
Do you know about my dream?
I am unsure what dream you would have, considering that you are a half spawn. And I suppose you are capable of dreaming.
What do you know about? I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna say it real quiet. What do you know about Sothoth?
Why are my eyes bleeding?
Probably all of that salt that you just ordered.
That's part
Is
of
it
my
the meat?
natural diet, actually.
Is the banana meat pie making you cry because you're seeing it again?
No, I was going to talk to the bartender about the food, and then my eyes started bleeding. Shove in that? Oh god.
Yes.
I was
Probably.
talking about something stupid again. Ugh.
Perhaps we should request they don't speak in that horrifying, mind-warping dialect.
At least not near us. Fuck that shit.
He just adds, I know of the one who watches the gate, but as to why it is contacting you, I do not know for certain.
He said he wants out.
Oh,
You actually
no.
see his head turn a full 180 to the side. Like you could almost, if he had actually a vertebrae neck, you would have heard the whole thing break and snap. That is most confusing.
Why?
You are still young, so you will not know the elder ones and outer beings' roles and titles, but you will not need a gate, or at least out.
So he could get out at any time?
Within certain clauses.
Huh. He said my friend out there is the key. What would that mean?
Oh my god.
I do not know. Who is this friend you speak of?
The one that was sitting next to me at the bar.
Adaria, can you roll? Actually, how high is your passive perception?
I think it's a 20. Give me a minute, I can look. Yeah, it's a 20. Damn, I forgot it was fucking high.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw. Actually, no, not wisdom, constitution.
Fuck, well, that's my worst stat. Well, I'm not rolling
That's
well.
pretty decent.
You
Probably
feel
didn't-
a sense of cold, dread, and sensations throughout your whole body as Shub, you do see Jabobobo looking in that direction.
What the fuck is going on back there?
Right, I suggest you go back to your friends. I will finish preparations of food. I will give you something fine in this side of the realm.
Okay, thank you. Well, that was weird.
What the fuck did you tell him?
I just talked about the home world and the dream I had. That dream that I was talking about, where I told the one girl about the dream, and then she almost died, and Mock's brother almost died.
Did
He
you
understands the stuff.
Did you tell him that I'm who I am?
Yeah, I said that you're a key.
Can we keep that on the download to every fucking outer plane of being?
Well, he's trapped here. He can't do anything. He doesn't even have a true form anymore. He's a shell of what he could be.
Trapped here doesn't mean he can't contact people on the outside.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just trying to understand what it means.
I'm going to fucking murder you and stew. And she just eats her banana meat pie, just upset and angrily.
Yes, for some reason, before you guys realize it, the food just appears in front of you. Just the way you would want it.
Just please stop telling every higher being what I am. One, it should be my choice to let them know what the fuck I am. Two, I don't need every other fucking extraplanar being searching for me. I've already have enough with the Cult of Stars.
Well, it seems like they already are searching for you. I just want to find out why. And what it has
Because
to do with me.
it has nothing to do with you. The moment they get hold of me, they can open a gate to the far realms and let one individual of their choosing through, at the cost of my own fucking life. And I'd rather
I was
not.
just told that they can get out at any time. They don't need you.
Let me, Miser, you said within certain conditions, correct?
Yes, within certain clauses.
Yeah. So technically, okay, I'm not gonna metagame that, but I'm just curious. They can get
Well,
out anytime.
that's what Shabrana was told.
Oh
How
yeah, I
he
know.
interprets it to you, that's up to him. So.
Yeah, I got it. Yes, they can get out at any time, but you could break down a door. Isn't it more efficient to have a key to open it?
I don't know. He asked me to break down the door. That's what I don't understand. If he can get out, then why would he tell me to break in?
Because you're also a far planar being, and they could abuse the fact and use you as a host.
Oh. Well,
If
I'm
any,
gonna eat my carcasses.
I feel like we're playing way too dangerous a game, and having the ignorant is not helping. She's just eating more.
Yep. And I just rolled for his cooking skills. It is cooked to almost perfection.
Well, at least he knows what he's doing in the kitchen. I swear though, if I get a tentacle in my sleep and he's trying to fucking do something weird, I'm just leaving this fucking place.
Oh, I thought you'd be into that with your whole weird cult shit. Everybody else in your cult seems into it.
I thought you'd be more into knives considering your whole pirate shit.
I do have a lot of knives.
Not what I meant. She just eats. Funny how much more and more disdain over time Hunter just has for the cult. The one thing I do want to see at some point would be the Astral Court, but I'm assuming it's in ruins, all things considered.
Besides, we have to worry more about a certain court already.
You know, I need to make a pit stop actually, before we head to the Grandeur Court. Mavis, can I ask you come with me? I need to go to the Court of Blood, and I don't want to get stabbed the moment I go through the door.
Sure, yes.
Also, isn't Okra still there?
Yeah, I haven't heard any updates, so it'll actually be good to maybe see her.
Good. I need to ask something about her, someone's aunt and my mother, because apparently they have ties due to what your book's saying. So that'll be fun.
You just see Jaw basically working at the counter.
Hey, Syndra.
Yes.
How long do you have to be on a ship? Or what things do you have to do to be considered a pirate?
Well, to be considered a pirate, first of all, you have to have some nobility, write you a letter of marque, which allows you to act as a privateer upon the ocean in the best interest of them. Or you do it on your own, which is a dangerous thing, because then you don't actually have someone politically or lawfully backing you. I, on the other hand, have nobility and wrote myself a letter of marque.
Okay, so
And yes, you're technically a pirate.
So I'm not. Just because I went to school on a pirate ship doesn't mean I am one.
No, that pretty much means you're one.
Yes.
Unless you don't want to be one. I mean, you could call yourself a privateer or a buccaneer or some other silly name.
How many pirate ships do you have to eat before you're considered a pirate?
Not enough, apparently. Also, I hate how the fucking "You Are a Pirate" song is now just fucking playing in my head.
Not the only one.
Yar,
Oh,
yar,
good.
fiddly-dee.
You are a pirate.
Tinin. You'll never be a pirate for that.
Could I be a pirate for owing someone a ship and owning it?
No? I mean, well, you could be a certain type of pirate, but
Well, I
I
still
don't
owe
think
you
we'll
a
say that
ship,
in light
don't
company.
So are we all pirates?
Apparently I'm
In
not.
theory, yes. I'm a space pirate if we want to get funny with it.
Binge isn't. Unless Binge wants to be.
Ben, are you a privateer of some sort, or are you more of a Air Force air quality man?
Binge just looks very unsure as you do see him without his helmet on. My wife works as the Valkyrie Corps. As a Griffin, is that considered Air Force?
Sure, there's definitely some force in that air. Uh, do you have a navy in Paldacia, or was it more aerial based?
You're asking
Paldacia.
Binge this question?
Yeah, generally curious.
He pauses. I was supposed to work as infantry, but then was assigned to guard duty. And then I got sank into the bottom of that watery dungeon temple, and you guys found me.
No, I was asking, does your country have a navy? I was just generally curious.
I do not think so. We're mostly inland. I'm just gonna roll this for Binge. Let me just get his sheet. There we go, followers. He will have advantage, and Binge pauses, thinks about it. Palathenius does, or at least the royal family does have a navy, but we do not go out too much. It's mostly to protect transports to the islands of Valoran and some of the eastern continent. But it's mostly protected by the Valkyrie Corps or the Wyvern Knights.
See. Is it a country constantly at war with itself, or is it rather calm?
I mean, we are currently not fighting with Zenobia, which is south of us. We are in trading agreement with Valora Islands. Some hostility. And do I hate the traffic outside? Bench pauses. There is some skirmishes with the eastern continent since we kind of just discovered each other. We are at war with Lotus Empire.
Alright. Keep that.
But it hasn't flown to any invasions on one side or the other. We just fight each other at the borders in the far northwest, which I don't really have any stake in it because I am from the far south. And once again, just to be funny, I suppose, is Binge's version of Palathenius.
Every time I see that, it just reminds me of a map someone drew on a napkin real fast. I love it.
Yep. But he does it again. I'm just gonna keep this as accurate as possible. It's like, right. So this is all Palathenius. That's Zenobia, and far off north is Lotus, which I don't know much about Lotus other than the Empire and it's cold.
It's no big deal. Figured we'd swap stories while we're just sitting here eating, since we're not doing in a major rush to go anywhere currently.
Now, speaking about not major rush, what is the plan to deal with the cat?
Hit him until he's dead, I don't have anything.
Like that plan.
You do realize that we're dealing with something that potentially could be killed and come back to haunt us, right?
Isn't
Oh,
that the same thing we
not-
did when we killed Tyrannon's god?
Really, actually. If we time it correctly, looks at Mavis, and I get the killing blow, I think my sword will just eat his soul.
And considering Bitter Tongue wants the rest of the Davis souls to make my weapon, then we won't have to worry about them either. So realistically, killing it is actually the best possible solution, and we have the tools. The issue is going to be drawing our swords without immediately fucking dying.
Okay, so chances are we're already screwed because we're determining plans for this. Do we want to just isolate and take each one out on its own, or do we want to just get it all done at once?
If we want to
I
be
feel like the
strate-
done at once is going to be a terrible, long, drawn-out, protracted problem.
Plus, if it's anything like the last god we just dealt with, I don't want us all to bundle up and immediately get pummeled.
Shabrana, can you roll me history at advantage as memories of your father flows into you?
Yep.
Also, we could always enlist the other courts to help and form a coup, no? Make it easier on us.
Potentially, but I don't think it's going to help. Without some
there a reason-
evidence about something, that I was going to do anything.
Shub, your father's memories when he decided to offer himself as part of Nicholas's harem. You also recall it was a very big place, and there were a lot of different devils and demons running around.
Yeah. When my dad harem, there seemed to be a lot of demons and devils running around the place.
Well, that makes it a problem.
What? Stepping into actual hell.
Probably in good with them.
I don't think any of us are. Unless someone's going to start speaking Infernal.
Should we just talk tomorrow and case the place out? Or pretty much just wait
Yeah,
until
go.
somebody says something stupid and then start stabbing?
That's probably the most likely occasion.
Wait, didn't he also want something from us?
I
We were
don't
supposed to
think so.
bring him something.
Not that I know of.
My dad was supposed to bring him something.
Oh
What?
god, please don't tell me your dad made a deal with him.
No, it wasn't a deal. He just said if my dad found something to bring it to him.
Can you elaborate on what this fucking something is?
What was it, Mizey?
We're gonna get so fucked because of everything Kermit did.
You may roll me
Was
just
it?
a flat history, buddy.
Oh, what, history and advantage again?
No, just a flat history.
Oh, okay.
I'll tap him on the shoulder. Please fucking remember. I'll give you guidance so you could add a D. That's not gonna help. Never mind. You could add a D4 to that if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to get that 4, buddy.
Oh my
Close.
God damn it.
So it seems like there was a bit of a vague agreement, but it was something that was akin to a book and a soul.
Oh my god.
I don't even remember doing this, but okay. It was like a book or a soul or something. I don't think it was that book though.
Yeah,
The big book.
empty your mind, only think of that, and she's gonna touch his head and do detect thoughts and try to deep dive this, because I'm not letting this shit go, especially if we're walking into it.
All right, so unfortunately, because this is actually Kermit's memories, Aderia, not Shub's.
Okay, I didn't know if I could like pull because he's still technically part of his or not.
All he did was inherit knowledge or information.
Ah,
but
okay, okay.
That's all he really did. It's not he's basically looking at it. If to give it a proper description, he's looking at a book, and now you're looking at the book over his shoulder.
Ah, okay.
So I do need a. I'll give you the choice. I need you to do a intelligence or charisma saving throw.
I'm not good at either. Actually, no, intelligence is actually alright. Finally! Jesus
There you
Christ.
go.
All right. Now I need a D100. You want to hit as low as possible. Your threshold, you want to go below 40.
Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, so this is where I hit the 1, or the 100. Well,
All right, so I can only provide this much information then.
that's fine.
You definitely see Kermit and Nicholas sitting. You also see that there were 4 other individuals with him.
Hmm.
And further behind, what looks to be like a mound of feminine bodies all around, all basically just laying about. And it was not quite a book or soul, but rather a beautiful woman with said book.
I wanted a woman with a book? I can't even make heads or tails of this because it feels like I'm swimming through a fucking mire of bullshit.
I think they were in the sewer.
Wait, you're referring to the woman that was just eating people?
I don't know. I'm sure it's not important.
If this comes to bite us in the ass, I'm blaming you for that shit.
It was my dad.
Well, you're technically his proxy now, so you inherited his problems.
I'm getting a lot of that recently.
Then don't fucking go through his memories.
I'm going to bed.
You definitely see a signpost pop up. And it just says signpost of Deneb. Cost of rooms 5 gold, 50 glad, 100 gil, 300 goth
Oh god.
each night.
I only got
What?
like 2 of those references. Gil's like the easiest one to get. The rest I don't.
Your
Fuck is Gil?
choice. It's basically a choice of one of the 4.
Oh yeah,
Um,
what the fuck is Gil?
I'm sleeping in this chair. I don't need a room.
And then also the other signs, the other points of it says, do not antagonize the chef, do not steal from kitchen, no contract dealing unless I am there,
Of course.
no harming or killing in there, in here.
I've already been harmed 3 times. I don't know what you mean.
Uncle
You will not-
Tyrion, can you pay for my bed?
Oh, that's sure.
No, I think she's asking to pay him in Gil. Whatever the fuck that is.
I don't have any gills on me. Keeps the gills.
I
It's
don't either.
gross.
I have gills, but I need them.
You could just pay with just 5 gold. It's just a rather reference to those who come from different realities and realms that come here.
Oh, a conversion
5,
cheat.
10, 15, 30.
I could pay for everyone's rooms.
He moves with such unnatural speed for his large size.
Oh my god.
I imagine it's like that like cartoonish Jello effect where he just starts and then stops and then wiggles a little.
Yep.
Ew. That is not at all appealing. It's really disgusting, actually.
Well, you know,
Is everybody wanting their own room? Or is anybody buddying up?
I'll probably be with Ari, if anything.
I don't want to buddy up.
So how many rooms?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I
5, I
can-
think.
I can share a room with Master Tyrion if need be.
Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Thanks, Aunt Manvis. Going to bed.
You guys can take your
So
own
I'll get
room.
5 rooms, I guess.
Yeah, because it'd be
And-
me. I'm assuming Cinder wants her own room. Tyrannon's probably gonna have his own room.
I
You're
don't care
probably
either
gonna have-
way.
Okay.
5 rooms.
Yeah,
that would be
I'll
25.
hand over 25 gold.
You see the tentacle take the gold, count it very carefully, and pockets the gold. Right. Now that's as he kind of starts calculating. Well, that's 5 gold off of my ledger.
Wait, do you take commissions?
Commissions. 4.
Never mind.
No, I do owe the net.
So
Quite a
out
lot.
of all 25 gold, you only get 5
Yes, that
towards your
is.
debt.
Yes.
Well, that's not very much.
Well, it's better than these losers, as he points to the pumpkin heads that are right around him.
True, you still actually have your form, which I'm surprised.
That is because I had to pay an extravagant amount of gold to get my form, or at least a usable form.
I'm going to hand him 50 gold. This is for you, just for you. Put it
Yeah.
towards your ledger or maybe something nice.
I unfortunately cannot take it due to
You should
particular
take it.
clauses.
I'll shove it in your hole.
No,
know
I am quite serious. It is the master's.
God
Can
damn
I
it.
just buy something, please? Anything. You could just buy something.
I'll pay for drinks.
Deal. He looks around very quickly with his one eye. Looks a little nervous.
Maybe this is gonna be the reason why this guy has more of a debt.
Yeah.
It just takes the 50 gold and puts let me just see. Roll me 2d100, Mavis.
Oh shit.
Okay, 42. He pulls, like, you see the tentacle go under the counter, and he pulls out what looks to be like a very fine bottle. Specialty wine. Well, fruit drink. It's not actually alcoholic. It's,
Oh.
well, it could be alcoholic if you want. I could get the
No,
alcoholic
it's okay.
variant.
It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your kindness. And the pumpkin heads that are right next to him, Arsha's looking at him. They're literally just holding middle fingers at his direction.
I guess party in my room
I'm good.
with
Yeah.
my non-alcoholic
With my tap water.
with
It
my
is-
my sparkling juice.
It's actually grape juice.
Oh god, they couldn't even have fermented in the wine.
Oh shit, stairs. Okay.
It is
Guess
very
it doesn't
sweet.
matter. I'll go into a single.
Yeah, that's fine. And of course, as you're leaving, and anyone else that's listening to Joba, he says, "Look, it is not my fault that you guys can't even hold on to your copper coins and make enough to pay back for your forms."
Were we supposed to be tipping them?
I didn't think so.
Good, I
know.
haven't.
She's going to her room.
Maybe that's why they're upset.
He just walks over here, and then he's just grumbling. Syndra, if you're still sitting there, you could just hear him say it out loud too. He's like, "No, no." Then that makes it clear that we don't get tips.
Oh, that bloody well sucks.
Oh, you're still here. Well, considering the reasons why we ended up here, it kind of makes sense why we don't get tips and extra help for paying off our ledgers.
No, that makes sense.
You do know, as he points to the pumpkin heads, you do know why they are here, right?
No, I was informed.
Good. If you know the. I don't suppose you understand how the Nine Hells and the Abyss works.
Enough to know not to fuck with it.
Let us just say that the mistress of this particular wandering shop took a similar method of promoting ranks and paying off your ledger.
Oh, she's Asmodeus. Great. That's technically my mom.
Yes and no.
I know. She's from a different world, not from the world that those ones are from.
That, as well as the fact that despite her personality, she's actually considered one of the good individuals.
No, no doubt.
Rehabilitation, she calls this.
Well, aren't they just the lucky ones? Granted, I've sent a lot of these type of people to hell, so I really don't care.
So, Syndra, the two in the most furthest south, they just look at you, they look at Joba, they look at you again, and they just do their best to get your attention with the rudest gestures they can afford.
Oh, you little slavers and flesh peddlers and such? Is that what you did, you little shits?
They pause. They, in a weird way, their shoulders sag. The head's kind of built down a little bit. For the first one, the second one, the far off. Man, what's going on tonight? Still has this defiant look, and it actually nods. Looks like it's trying to be proud of itself.
Cinder gets up, walks around to it, leans over the bar. I hope it's an eternity for you. Thanks for the drinks.
Sure. You want to know what that one said, or
His kind isn't worth my ears.
well, if it makes it feel any better, that one's a she.
Even worse. Cinder will go up, and I guess I don't know what the room arrangements were. I was out AFK.
We're just all doing
There's
individual
5 rooms, so as long as 5 get used, that's fine.
Yeah, this looks like a good one to read out.
day. I feel like the music's too happy for the shit that's about to fucking go down in the next like 3 minutes. Also question, Miser, because I forgot to ask. Do I still have my telescope or no? Did I give that to Better Tongue? Oh. Oh no. Pfizer's rolling stuff. Quietly.
Yes, I am.
Question, because
Yes,
Um,
to your question with the staff that has been given to Bitter Tongue.
okay, so I don't have it on currently. Okay.
Yes, he's going to give you the improvement once you give him the 4 soul stones.
Yep, no problem. Kind of.
And as I roll the d8 to see who might get some dreams. Let me see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so let's first start with Syndra. Syndra, what are you reading and doing in your room? as
Syndra's
you are...
BRB'd.
BRB'd.
Oh, BRB. Okay, so go to the next victim. I mean, sorry, target.
That's okay. You can say my name.
No worries. I got you'll come eventually, but Shabrana.
Yep.
How are you sleeping, buddy?
Hopefully peacefully, but probably dreaming.
Yeah, I need you to roll me a D100, buddy.
Okay.
And someone get me some
At
okay,
one.
creepy music.
Ah, yes. The one I was looking for. It went to someone else.
All right, just want to make sure.
Ugh.
Hold on. I gotta clear out some.
It's actually so funny too, from what you said earlier in DMs.
I was about to say something, and I was like, "Oh, that's a 1."
Well, thank God it wasn't me.
I haven't asked for yours yet, buddy, but it will happen. It will happen. So, my dear buddy Shub, you rolled a 1.
Yep, I rolled a 1.
Did I need to roll?
No.
Not yet. I'm gonna get to you in a second, buddy. It's just Shub's getting something else for today.
Where's darker sound tones?
All right, where's that map? Where is that map?
Slowly
No,
realize
that's not it. I just had. There it is.
that'll work. Oh no.
You're over here, Shub.
All right.
And you feel in a familiar place, a place that you feel that is, that it is home.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's the boundaries to it. On the far end over here, you sense a familiar presence.
Mom? Mom?
As you call it out, something else comes out.
Whoa.
You feel kindred
You
with this thing.
brother? Sister?
Sibling.
Yeah.
He gets bigger as he steps forward.
Looks like you've been eating well.
And you have not.
No. I ate some carcasses earlier.
Not good enough.
No, not good enough.
Mother called. Says you need strong drink, but it is not. It will not be enough. Here, little sibling. once a day. Take one sip. If you are strong enough, you will gain Mother's favor more.
Thank you. Tell Mother thank you.
She knows.
Does she know about my dream?
What is dream?
Yeah. Is Mother around?
She is currently handling something. I am not certain.
Can you relay a message?
I shall to best of abilities.
Tell her they've come to me about the gate.
I will relay message.
Okay. Thank you, sibling.
Yes, younger sibling. Fulfill mother's wishes.
Thank you. Walk with your other siblings. All right. Last time it didn't let me wake up. So let's see.
You do wake up eventually.
Okay, sick.
And when you do wake up, you do feel something in your hand because
Yeah.
it was not there before.
I'm going to take a sip.
All right, you know the rules. It's written on that handout. As you do
Yep.
so, roll me that con save.
Hold up for a sec. So DC 5, so just roll con.
Yep, it has 8 charges. It gets higher for each sip, but you can
Yeah.
only take 1 sip per long rest.
Okay.
So you do feel a bit stronger. You permanently gain a +1 to your strength as some of your
Awesome.
muscles get a little bit larger.
Wow. Tastes like home.
Tastes like mother's milk.
And that's a long rest also. Like previous to me drinking.
You've already had your long rest now,
Okay,
so
yeah.
that's your first drink.
Yep. I meant like long rest, then I woke up and drank. So now not till the next long rest. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, now I believe I had Syndra rolled. So, or rather, Syndra, what are you doing in this night? Is what I should ask.
Well, the early part, like for the first 2 hours, she's reading, and then she does her trance, and then the last 2 hours she preps.
Okay. So during your trance, I need a I'll need a 2d100. This is a little bit different since you're trancing. 61, the lowest of the two. All right. Let me just check something. All right. I need a wisdom saving throw as you enter a trance, but you feel something is a bit wrong with this trance this time around. Okay. You have full control of your faculties, however, and more importantly, you are not enveloped with neither fear nor rage. As let me just move the thing here because I gotta change the map. What I should do is also start moving things around and use the the bloody map somewhere. Oh, there it is. You're finding yourself in a confined area. You're not-
Someone's gonna die.
Well, it seems like someone had tried to bound you, but the bounds and everything else is not there. And sitting across is a very familiar skull face.
I'm guessing he's not bound either.
Nope, he's standing perfectly fine and still, almost as if he was waiting for you.
Oh, hello, Shiny. How the fuck are you doing?
Quite well. Your friends from the Storm Singer have been a little bit of a pain in my organization down south, but nothing too much of an inconvenience that cannot be recovered. How's life going for you?
It could be better.
Yes, it seems like some of your party members. They are your party, are they? Or friends? I'm not sure how that transaction is really working.
They're there, yes.
Ah, comfy, isn't it? As he gestures towards, well, the cell that you're both in.
It'd be much more comfy with you inside and I on the outside.
Those things can't quite happen, or at least, well, considering what I am and what you are.
Of course. Just like I know you've facilitated this trying to fuck with me.
Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that I had considered our meeting to be a little bit more diplomacy level, but no, I was not the one who facilitated this situation. Tell me, how much do you know of the Magus that apparently has been using us? All of us.
Oh. Now you're not happy with his actions, huh?
Not with his latest particular moveset.
Well,
I had originally pegged him for a megalomaniac magus that could be easily dealt with once we've already had our business transaction done, but it seems like he has been overstepping his boundaries in the contract with the Red Fox. Case in point, he's been collecting some of my men and disposable soldiers, turning them into whatever his alchemist has been doing to them.
oh, you mean using their souls for fuel while turning their bodies into just mindless golems?
Well, I wouldn't really call them mindless golems anymore. They're very effective in what they do. It's just that they're not under my command or my control.
Well, I imagine you know just as much as I do. He's trying to end the universe. He's using whatever resources he can, including you, to get there. manipulating every single one that he comes in contact with. And it sounds like you, my friend, have been just fucked with to all ends.
Roll me an insight. He is still as a statue. If it weren't the fact that you know you're talking to him and he's talking back to you, you would have thought that he was a golem or a gargoyle statue just standing there to look nice for a Hallows Eve festivities. I see. I had thought that Orcus was a bit quiet as of late.
At least that answers one question I've had.
Yes, yes. If you must gloat, Orcus has vanished, along with several other entities that are important to our homeworld of, well, Toro. Most of my men, or groupies, as you would call, do have their various beliefs and the like, and I don't tell them otherwise, but they have been giving me some strange messages.
Well, he's not above using Orcus as fuel either. Considering the things that I have found already, he's not above anything.
Hmm. Then I propose a temporary alliance.
I have a better idea. You see, I have this shard of being known as Pandorum in a cube. How about I unleash it and shove it up your ass, and you can go fuck yourself with him?
Hmm.
I might do it in a different timeline. I've heard I can be a right asshole or bitch in those. But this one, I wouldn't side with you if it weren't the end of the world. And I won't do it if it is.
I see. Well, you are becoming somewhat of a thorn, bigger than I had originally anticipated. Very well. I was hoping that I could at least remove one enemy and deal with another one at a time. I suppose I'll get rid of the Storm Stinger first. They're a much more easier group to deal with than yours or the Magus.
I have a question, though.
Please. We'll be here for a little bit.
Does Nicholas like the teeth when you're sucking on his dick?
I see. Well, useless banter aside, I bid you a good night, Miss Gallows.
Piss off, and I hope you rot in a ditch for eternity, locked inside your own head.
Yes, yes, I'm sure Arizel was also saying the same thing until she realizes the horrendous truth as he holds up a pocket watch that you may or may not know its significance.
I think she's mentioned it.
He just adds, please be sure to let her know her brother's soul is well in my hands, as well as some others that are of importance to your friends. Well, if you call
Well.
them friends still.
I hate to be you then. Because not only do you have me, but now you've really gone and pissed them off. And
Please.
especially some of them are very crazy. Have you met the frog thing?
I shot its father. I'm surprised that the father already died.
I'm not. I mean, that was my fault. I won't deny it, that. But I'll put it
But
this
yes,
way. Death hasn't stopped me.
yes, I'm kind of seeing as it's not sticking as it should have.
So have fun
But
remembering that.
I suppose death has also been missing its mark on me as well, child.
Oh, no. There's just some things that death likes to leave to others that have a little bit more personal stake in it. See you soon.
He gives you a courtly bow, which roll me either history or investigation. That bow is very familiar. Very, very familiar. You only seen it one other time, and that was with the 25 at some of the Elven Royal. And you come out of your trance.
Well, that was a shit dream. Oh, I'll wait for the rest of them to wake up and ask which ones of them have somebody they give a fuck about.
All right. Now, last one for the night. There are still 3 left, so it'll be a d6. Let's see.
Who's
now.
rolling?
I am rolling. I'm just seeing who's going to be my next victim right now. Hey, Mavis.
Hey.
Do you like your
I
dad?
knew it.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Roll me a d100, please.
Bounce, 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 bounce. 59.
59. Did I? Actually, I need to make sure if I actually made the proper map for that, actually. One moment. One time that the player, the DM, probably forgot to put the right map into the situation. Okay. Gonna do this real quickly. One moment, because actually this is the first time the DM did not get the right map.
It's all good.
Okay,
Is there
so
music playing or no? Oh, I just have it on
it's
mute.
very low. Yeah.
It's like it's so quiet. I don't like it.
So, Mavis, as you go into a trance, or I guess one would say your sleep, you find yourself in a comfortable chair.
Okay, it's doing the highlight thing. Give me a second. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm good. I got it.
I
Do I
see.
recognize the where I'm at?
No, you do not. I need to check one more thing. Okay, yeah, you do meet this one. Sitting across from you is a very familiar figure.
Not a pleasure.
Oh, well, I guess it was about time you were going to reach to this point. Hello, Mavis.
Um, why am I here?
I suppose it is the memories of the book that brought you here. And no, I doubt this will be the last time we meet, sadly. I would want to spare pleasantries, but we don't really have quite a lot of time. You do know well, first and foremost, congratulations on signing the book. I am also somewhat disheartened that you had done so. But I suppose if that's the case, that means that I had already failed, and others after me had also failed.
So, which one are you?
Edward Matthew Solis. If you were to go into details, I am the.
You're the one from the book.
Yes.
Oh well. If that's true, I apologize for my rudeness. Can't
No,
be too careful around your
it is
face.
aptly deserved. Well, considering what's going to happen and what may likely will be happening, I would be more surprised if less people are willing to attack me on sight. But no, you are currently in a pocket memory of my own remnants of my own soul in the book.
Oh, that's kinda cool.
Uh, yes,
Why haven't any of the other guardians come to me in a dream before? Why be so cryptic in the book?
to put it in the most bluntest way, you're simply not strong enough. And you had not quite developed the connection to their souls as well.
Oh,
I'll try to be as transparent as I can with you, child, but. Oh. Do you go by Mavis or Dina now? I remember you as Dina.
Mavis.
Mavis, then. I will, as I said, be as transparent as possible, but there are some boundaries I cannot cross as of yet due to certain rules in the book that the Guardians, or at least the past ones, must follow. You unfortunately, or fortunately, do not need to follow them because should you be the one to fall, the rules and regulations no longer apply to you because the book will no longer have any room to have or house another Guardian.
So I'm the last guardian.
That is correct.
Oh. So I couldn't pass the book down if something happened to me?
You can. It's just the individual will not gain the benefits of the book as you do.
Got it.
You would be the last one to access our memories and I guess, information that we can provide to you properly. With the exception of your friend Tyrannin, but he decided to put his own blood in the book.
That's right. Yep.
I hope he didn't quite take getting that symbol on his forehead seriously, but Miss Ileana did not take that lightly.
He's not. He acts before he thinks.
That's perfectly fine. I'm not holding him a grudge on that, considering what I suppose one would say my alternate future self had done to him and to you. I do apologize, as I am not too aware of what he has done. I just know that, at least my last memories, he killed me as well.
So
Or
is he technically already a guardian?
not quite.
Oh, okay.
It is most likely why he will be asking for the book, because you have to hand it to him willingly.
Well, I'm assuming you didn't come all this way in my dream just to say that. Just to say, good job, buddy.
No, I came mostly to warn you. There is multiple paths ahead of you. Unfortunately, I can't quite give you a yes or no, or do this or do that, because in the end, it's a matter of your own choice of what you need to do or what you wish to be done. Just know that you may speak.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Right. So the main warning I want to give you is that now that you've awoken that book and your rite of passage as a guardian is now broadcasted, I do fear that Ed, at least that version of me, is going to be a little bit more insistent in forcing your hand. And I also suspect there will be other forces in play that will want the book.
I am aware. Have I figured out how to be strong against it? No. I just act like I do.
Unfortunately, we have also been bluffing quite a bit against such forces. Mr. Foe was, well, one of the originals, or first ones, was more knowledgeable about it. I basically did a lot of running away. Ragnos talked and slept his way around, and a few others had their own particular quirks and such. The thing is, he kind of looks at his watch, his wristwatch, as he has one. Right, time is going to be short. Dreams do work a little bit faster. Be wary of putting the two books together right away. There is a condition that must be fulfilled. I am sure that at least the brainy one of your group has already figured it out, or at least a portion of it. But
And
at the
what's the
moment,
condition?
the other book needs to be fully awakened. If you try to put two halves that are not of equal power together, it will overcome the other one and destroy both sides. It needs to be of a equal amount of power. And thus you yourself must also be getting a little bit stronger, because right now, while you have awakened the book, it is not at full power, or at least not at the level where it can be of proper use to you and your friends.
And how do we get either books? How do I get mine stronger and the other one awake?
Well, I know for at least this one, you need to awaken the full memories of all the other guardians, which is not that difficult. It does need a little bit of luck and your resilience to course through their memories and knowledge. As for the other book, unfortunately, I do not know in full details other than something about runes and consumption. You'll have to ask the original creator of that book, which she is also within the confined memories of this book.
Great. Cool. Unlocking the Guardian's memories. Is that just asking them about their memories? I'm not
Yes,
smart. I don't know why I'm the keeper.
that is because, unfortunately, we had you as a last resort, young Mavis.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
I sincerely apologize for giving you the truth, but I am one who believes in giving as much of the truth that I am able to. You are the last resort, or the last resort. We had sort of hoped that we could have gotten it done at least by the fourth or fifth Guardian, but we had underestimated just how bad a evil version of me would have been.
No problem. I feel so much stress off of my shoulders knowing that I was not picked because I was special. This might go even better than planned.
I'm not sure this will be considered bursting your bubble, but you do have some special trait, or rather lineage to this, so there
Yeah, but
is.
I wasn't like on the top of your list, so this is great. It's great news.
uh, Maybe not the top of the list, but certainly not the bottom. Well, time is coming up short. You have one. You have any questions? I can answer one more.
What? Oh. Um. Uh. What do I do? What happens if I do die? Like, is there a secret, safe place I should teleport the what do I do? What's the kill code? What's the there's a word I'm trying to think and I can't think of it right now.
If you're hoping to tell me if there is a backup plan if you were to fall and the book is in your possession, sadly, no. It'll just be in the matter of who's closest to you to take the book from your cold, still body, as a portion of your soul and memories will be locked away in the book.
Instead of being I know one more question. Instead of being absorbed into the book, could I lock the book?
Perhaps. I never considered that idea. I don't know if the others had considered it either, since we were trying to stop a multi universe end situation.
I mean, I'm okay with leaving it open for people who are trustworthy, but
Then
I
I
wouldn't
find
want the book to
best we
be
keep them
open
careful.
for anybody else.
Unfortunately, I don't know what will happen should you fall and the book is open to all others, since as you are the last one who has written and fulfilled the contents of the book is now attached to you to a soul degree.
Got it.
And yet, should you die, and I truly hope you do not, as I said, a portion of your soul will be brought into the book as to survey memories. The rest of your soul will most likely be sent to wherever is your destination of an afterlife. Or, worst case scenario, like myself, would probably be absorbed to the one who is attempting to eat your soul.
Got it. Look, this was fun. Let me tell ya.
It was not quite fun for me. Now, I believe it is time for you to wake up. I wish you luck. I believe the next time we meet, it might be more or less near the end of it all. I do wish you good luck on, well, getting to talk and know the other guardians and your reunion with your parents. And you wake up. Roll me a D100, Mavis.
3.
Yay, I got something for this.
You guys are doing great today.
We're trying, man. We're out here.
Alright, so it was a low chance, but you did at least get this from your. Oh wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a D10.
9.
9. Okay. What is your languages again, Mavis?
I actually don't think it's very many. Oh, wrong button. I got Common, Elvish, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Alright. So you got 9. That is, okay, this one. There is a memory, or rather, there is a few pages written in an unknown language, but there is an image or profile of somebody at the top corner of the page.
Wait a second. So I can't read it. Do I recognize what language it is?
You can attempt it with a intelligence check of investigation, arcana, or religion.
Investigation. 18.
There's a lot of script writing to it. And as you sound the words out, it sounds almost musical.
But I can't recognize the language itself.
No, it does sound very angelic, if as you've been to a church.
Got it, got it, got it. And this is on, you said, a piece of paper or in the book?
It is in the book.
Okay. All right. Cool, more cryptic messages from the Guardians. That's awesome.
I strongly apologize.
It's okay.
Not really. But
All right. Well, I will close the book and put it with me safe and think about what I'm gonna do with that information.
well, everyone else have gotten your rest. Actually, yes, You all gotten your rest. Next time, Adaria and Tyrion, I will haunt you guys now because I
Nah,
know
that's
you guys.
fine.
I'm
Fine.
okay.
Yeah, we're cool. We're just chilling here, Miser. You don't need to do that.
Okay. And morning comes. You feeling really good, Tyrion?
A nice pee, hell yeah.
So what is everyone's morning routine as you do see a small floating pumpkin head with a cat on it saying in multiple languages, breakfast time, breakfast time, breakfast time.
What
If you do
fucking
not wish
drugs
for
am I on?
breakfast, you may simply tap on the pumpkin head.
Every moment I spend in here, I think I'm on a drug trip. He just gets up.
I'm gonna roll a D100 for. Actually, no, roll me a D100. Adaria.
Alright, where's my 1 or a 100? I've been fishing.
36. The small cat just tilts his head to the side and says, "But I thought all elves like to do drugs."
You've got the wrong impression.
Yeah, you're not leafy enough.
I don't know if that's an insult or not. Fine, time to get up anyway.
I could stop making noise. Stop, shut up.
Theoden, come on, we need to get up.
You eat so many elf dicks.
Not my preference, but you can go ahead if you want. I'll make sure to save some for you at the table. She starts walking.
Only been 8 hours. What's wrong with you people?
I only need 4.
Ugh.
You guys are being botted by this particular familiar that's all over the place.
I could.
Oh my god, I love it. I imagine that was during the Halloween special that I missed. It was around.
Nope.
Oh, not?
No.
Guys see Tyrion slowly open the door. His ears just pinned to the back of his head. Like you've seen a grumpy, sleepy dog. That's him.
I'm guessing you had a wonderful sleep.
I didn't have any dreams, but why do you choose to sleep the minimum amount of time?
Because elves don't sleep.
I'm so sorry for you.
It's something I'm looking forward to in a weird way. Which I don't think I'll have that option then either.
I kind of like it.
Very relaxing. She's staying down.
So, I might know who Red Fox actually is now.
Fucking what?
I'm sorry, what? So why is there a dot on the screen?
Well, he's a high elf for one.
Who left their dot? My dot. Wait, you're telling me Red Fox, the man with the funny fucking skull mask, is actually just a high elf that left his skin?
Not just that, he's a noble. A very
Oh.
specific group of nobles.
Oh, cool. It's a noble playing god and parading around while being an asshole. Always fun.
So,
times.
Orcus and some other fuck gods are completely gone, apparently, so...
Yeah.
If anybody gave a shit about that, which I don't think we do. Oh! I did find out a piece of information. So, Nikolaus, however the fuck you say his backwards hand name, apparently really likes Red Fox's teeth when Red Fox is going down on him.
I'll keep that in mind if we're going to have to do a fellatio at some point. She just fucking rolls her eyes.
You had weird dream too?
Wait, what?
I was trying to come up with the fact that we kind of have a bit more evidence that Red Fox and Nick Hallows is working together, which would be a really interesting thing if our friends who just love the Red Fox happen to find out.
Yes, that's what I mean, I can talk to the Court of Blood while I'm heading over there anyway. Just to let them know.
Oh, that's who you're talking about.
Well,
I
referring
was
to
talking our
basically.
other friends, the Yonti with the dragons.
That's who I thought.
You know, the one who we saved and she didn't tell us who the hell she was until we got here, and well, she kind of rules the place.
Every time I go to sleep, I wake up with promises of power.
Why?
Why the fuck
Just-
do you keep
just
messing with
why?
the gods?
I don't know. I
Is
have
this-
fun dreams.
You're worse than me at that.
Is
And
a
I was
good
horrible.
one this time.
Yeah. One of my siblings gave me some mom milk.
What?
What?
Yeah, got some mommy milk.
You want to say that again in something that doesn't degrade your stature whatsoever?
Nope. That's what I'm
Okay.
sticking with.
You're an
Thought so.
amphibian. Your mother doesn't produce. Ugh.
She does. I'm just a special little guy.
There's different words than I would use the word special to associate with your ass, but we're not even going to get into
Speaking
that.
of special, turns out I'm not. I'm the last resort for this whole Guardian deal. So we're even more fucked.
Doesn't that make you the most special because they chose you to be the ringer?
No, they chose me because they had nobody else. And there's not going to be anybody after me.
Yes, exactly.
There's no
Hooray.
room.
You're the last option, so they probably saved someone pretty damn special.
Yeah, you're the fastest one in the no leg race.
You know?
Or
You
very
realize
good
the only
at
way to
killing
win
things.
is to have the last chance.
Also, considering what we know that this is the end of the world, if anything, you being the final leg pretty much means you are going to be in this position either way.
Yeah, but just by convenience, I think. At least that's what I got out of the conversation.
Did you find out what happens to the book if you die?
I just get absorbed into it just like the other Guardians.
Oh,
And,
that's...
someone gets to pick the book off my cold, dead corpse. Direct quote.
Ooh, pick me.
Please not tear.
Actually, you would
I don't want
you would
another-
be the best to choose since your blood is already in the book.
Haha.
But you just wouldn't be a Guardian.
Wait, you're telling me the man who drew a dick on the book is the best person to choose who gets the book? What
I
the
didn't draw
fuck
a
kind of
dick. I drew a middle finger. It was very different. It was only kind of boneless, so it looked like a dick. Not an artist.
I feel
And
like
now
there's
there's a
some
marking on his forehead that's right there.
there's some backwards ass logic to this, and I hate that it works in some people's favor.
That's fucking you.
But I drank my mom milk and now I'm stronger.
Can we just ignore that term completely?
There is shit I
actu-
didn't want to hear in the morning.
Actually, let me see
You're
this
telling
mom milk.
me, as Joba's kind of hearing this, and
Yeah,
sharing
we're
it
just
with everyone.
can I see this mom milk? Just out of general curiosity.
What? No, can we keep it in whatever dark contraption is given to you in?
I don't have pockets.
Then how the fuck do you carry things? His ass. Just everything's a contraceptive to
Why
shove.
do you have to ask these questions?
Do you really want to know where I keep things?
Not at all.
Not really.
Good.
When the world is your pants, everything's a pocket.
But yeah, I'll take out the vial and put it on the table.
Have I ever seen something close to this, Miser?
Adaria, and considering her background in history, I'll give you the choice of history or religion.
I don't want to roll
Just,
religion.
just a regular roll of it.
Okay. I figured it was gonna be regular, but what's my religion? If they're the same, I might roll the same. But yeah, my history's better.
There you go.
Holy fuck! Finally.
You have seen not this particular vial or elixir.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen something similar in gatherings for the Golden King. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw because you're now going to fight a memory.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Oh, there you
Damn.
go.
You power through because you've suddenly been hit with heavy headaches. And you recall something very horrible. You're not terrified or feared, but it does leave you shaken as you recall this particular ritual and a vial similar to that being used. And more importantly, what has shooken you is that, or shaken your core, is that it was offered to the corpse of your sacrificed brother.
So you watch, like, she looks at it, she has this weird deep in thought, and then just kind of like shudders. Ugh. Fuck. Sorry. Yeah, that shit ain't good. Whatever it is, Shub.
Well, it's good for me. But I mean, yeah.
Well, considering they fed that to the corpse of my brother, I don't think that's really great. Though, well, let me rephrase. They gave him something adjacent to that, but I'm assuming it's probably, in your terms, the milk of the Golden King.
Yeah, this is the milk of my mom. I think that
Please stop saying that.
Well, it is.
Please.
I think my
No.
siblings were able to get proper nutrients from being born in her realm, but I wasn't so lucky, so this is my substitute. Consider it like a baby bottle, considering I'm still an infant.
Yes, you only
Oh,
ended up with
please.
one head, not 17.
Also, please keep that away from any normal living being.
Yeah, it's all going to me.
Thank God.
Jubba also adds, as he looks at it from a distance, yes, and keep it from dead things too.
What happens with dead things?
You don't want to know.
Well, I've seen it happen once, but my brain, I guess, broke when I get to a certain point. Like a scratch on a disc or something.
Then, for all of our sakes, well, especially your frail mortal mind one, I think it is best to forget that.
I'm putting it back in my quotes pocket.
Thanks. Ah, yes, nature's pocket.
Oh, God.
That's an
Right.
It is too early for this.
It's either that or we could start being depressed, so take your pick.
Depression.
Starts drinking.
Tyrion, as soon as you say depression, all of these pumpkin heads give you a thumbs up.
We're all in this together.
Getting sad and upset no matter what happens.
Alright. So if you are prepared to do whatever you want to do, you have time, I suppose, so whatever you're doing. Deneb has not left her security measurement mechanism. So something about preparing for emergency evacuation.
Alright.
Should we be worried about that?
No, not as long as we're not here.
So who's going where today?
We're all
I'm
going to speak to the court, and if it goes down, it goes down, and we murder everyone. If it doesn't, we
We not-
gain intel. Right?
We also know what.
I think we should
Sure.
go visit our friends first, then go to the Grandeur Court.
Okay, I like that plan.
I mean, you can talk with them since I have no bearing, and I'll take Mavis to the Blood Court just to gather some other information that I was curious on. And don't worry, I won't kill myself.
Again?
I don't
I
plan
don't think
not
any of
to.
us really would.
Well, most of you aren't.
Mavis.
There's probably someone.
I wasn't worried about it till just now.
Mavis, don't give her your book again.
I never
I'm
had her
not.
book.
Yeah, she did it all on her own.
Literally just looked into my own mind and broke the concept of time to myself, and then killed myself. You know how that goes. That old chestnut.
No. No, I don't. I live in a concrete world.
All concrete is soft enough if you hit it hard enough.
Okay,
Your
so
logic
I'm
is
guessing.
terrifying.
Welcome to any magic caster ever.
So, if you guys are making the plans to go to the Blood and Serpentine courts, let's see.
I
Evens
don't-
is Blood and odds is Serpent.
I don't know who's going with us. I know it's me and Mavis. I don't know if Ari wants to go with them or me.
Well, unfortunately, the player is not available tonight. We'll come back for the next one.
Yeah, I know. That's why
Um,
I didn't know. So
I will,
just
I will
didn't
probably
wanna-
just have her go on her own or do something else later
Okay.
on. And let me just grab. So Serpentine Court is first. Let's just delete these. And put some of these guys back also. Grab players. So it's not that difficult to find or get access to the Serpentine Court, as well, you are allowed in without any single trouble or arguments or anything of the matter. I do need to grab certain NPCs.
We need to get a long rest, right?
Yes, you all got a long rest. And as you do enter, you are greeted by none other than Varpel.
Hello, Apple.
Good morning, Miss Scalos. Mr. Tiernan and the looks at Shub. Right, you are the child of the Kermit.
Would you tell everybody that if he says anything that's out of line, just ignore him?
Very well. Let's see. As soon as he turns to walk, like in a very stiff manner, with just your passive perception that all three of you have, it doesn't seem like he even took a step as he's already moved to the other side.
I love how he does that. Mine's 17.
That's like 10, I think.
Mine's
Okay.
18.
I don't see shit.
It was very obvious that as soon as he made the motion to step forward, he's already on the other side. And does very quick talk. Looks over in your direction, and almost as if, again, he is moving like a ghost, appears before all of you. Yes, the Master the Serpentine Court will be seeing you,
Thank you, Papa.
the lady and the Duke, as well as the young mistress.
Does she have a twin?
I don't know.
Can't see through the illusion.
Well, you can roll me investigation, insight, or some sort of intelligence or wisdom check to see if there is illusions. Oh, there's two of them there. Whoops.
That's what we're trying to say.
Whoops. That was the that was
Oh,
the
that was
DM's
that
mistake.
one.
That was the DM's mistake.
Just
My
pops out of
apologies.
existence.
Yep. No, that for a brief moment you made a mistake, and well, it seems like reality probably popped for a brief second, but you actually do see Ludwig instead of where the second Janora was at. Whoops. But sitting on the main throne is none other than Lady Fia.
Tyrion will actually do a proper bow. This is the only noble he ever bows to.
Sindra gives a kind of half bow. She doesn't quite know how.
It
Nobody
is
just lays down.
They almost simultaneously, Syndra and Tyrion, you can see like all of the drakes and even the very large ones are looking at Kermit for a very brief moment. And then they
Yeah.
just focus back into formation.
I've heard of prostrating oneself in submission,
I fell
but that's
asleep.
a bit much.
Fia just looks at it. She seems to be a bit amused, and then speaks with a lot more strength or energy than she had before. Greetings, my friends. You have arrived early this morning.
Yes.
I hope your travels in the Star All Ruins have been all right, as she looks at Sobrana. I do not recall that one, but Varpal did give me some reports. You have my condolences of losing your comrade.
Oh, I'm sleeping.
Yes, it was a bit of an explosion, and well, you wouldn't know the souls are very volatile. Anyway,
That's interesting.
I
are we
actually
able
noticed.
to speak openly about the politics of this city?
There's a pause. Well, normally would be equal ruling so long as everything benefits the port city of Manzato and our particular master, the one of the Star Mountain, originally. If the courts are no longer beneficial, then, well, that is to say, as the new magic shop has been expanding itself, we can replace the ineffective court or enterprise for the more better one that is bringing in wealth and prosperity.
Well, if I might be frank, the leader of Red Fox explicitly stated pretty much that he's working with Nicholas.
Is that disadvantage? I'm not opening up everyone's freaking sheets. Okay. So for a very brief moment, Tyrion and Syndra, you see Fia's form, or rather her face, change different colors and looks far more of a giant serpent and a lot of teeth. But then it also, she forces it back Well, I had just recently recovered my full strength thanks to Deneb's concoctions and the dealings I've been having getting medicines from her. She looks over to her husband. Dear, would you mind getting our elite forces? I'd like to go pay a visit to Nicholas and negotiate certain terms of dealing with ruffians in our city. And all of you can see the most wicked, if not predatory grin on his face. As
That's fantastic news.
I believe
What?
amazing speed and agility, and somehow managed to bypass all of you without even brushing or touching any of you. You just feel the wind pass by you. He's already running right by all of you as he says, Right, I'm going to get our best ones. Come on, everyone.
that was neat.
As he's heading out, you do see some of the elite guard begin to follow up after him.
Where are we going?
In a moment, we'll have a conversation. Yeah, certain noble.
With all hope, we might be having our others having a talk with the Blood Court about similar things.
You can clearly see the slight disgust look on Thea's face. Do we have to share with them? I mean, it is true we do need to make a unanimous decision. At least the two opposing courts against one.
Allow me
And
to
see
put
if
it
that's the truth.
as far as I can understand. The matriarch, I guess you would say, of the other corpse, one of her beloved family members, is that what we're calling them, Tunin?
Yes.
Okay. Has been assaulted by and completely maimed and mangled by that certain Magus that we've been trying to track down, who was explicitly stated to be working with the Red Fox, who were doing going roughshod and all that within the market, so... And then, of course, I had Red Fox tell me as much, so... I kind of see them having a stake in this as well, being who we're effectively going after.
I suppose I will be willing to share a little bit. Plus, I
Yeah.
had heard that Miss Marlene, Countess Marlene, so strange to call her a title when she doesn't even do her job properly at times, did require a great amount of healing slabs and, I believe, a potion of regeneration. Oh well, as long as we get there first. Janora, dear, would you mind escorting this group here along with your mercenary group? And Varpal, please go along with her. I will be accompanying my husband to have a word with Nicholas when we get there.
We were also formally invited into what could only be considered a trap.
So she kind of has a look of, why'd you gotta tell me this now? It is the most undignified, unroyal nobility look on a Yuanti's face, but she goes, I don't suppose you need time to talk things with them, or can we just, well, drag them out and talk to them?
No.
And I think you have an insight on that.
No.
I thought you were telling us last night that fuck him.
What do you mean? Yes, I would like to kill him.
See?
Okay,
So no, I don't view our meeting as being a very important one.
He cursed me. He gets
Okay.
to die.
So I've heard. Alright, so front door it is. I was a little bit worried that we had to wait for a signal, which I will have to say this now, but my husband is not very good at waiting when
But our
there's an
usual
obvious
signal happens pretty quickly if we need to leave one. And it's mainly a wall exploding.
Yeah, that's usually my signals.
It's been what, the past 3 signals we've had to
Running.
use?
Yeah, literally push it.
Like, I don't think I'm
I'm-
lying.
I mean, don't get me
This-
wrong. My last 70,
I'm
my
sure my
last
husband
70
Ludwig
ones.
will be happy to pick up that signal. Sakita, could you please send that information to my husband to just be a little bit patient? And the house guardian, very easily climbing the walls, is also now walking very calmly in that direction. Alright, I suppose you'll be heading ahead. How much time do you need? It'll only take us 30 minutes, maybe an hour at most to prepare.
I feel like that's a good leisurely walk over there, don't you, Tannen?
That's about enough time to me. Oh, let's hope the other talkers don't take too long.
Yes.
Hmm. You just hear Varpush just like,
They're taking too long, aren't they, Babel? You there right now?
I was gonna say, isn't the Court of Blood technically closer to the Grandeur Court anyway?
It is.
Oh yeah, we have more time to talk.
But, Aderia and Mavis, and whoever else is supposed to be going along with,
I guess it's just us.
you answer the door to Oberina, which I will be speaking as her.
That gives me so weird vibes for a minute.
Well,
Like a dissociation of character. I get it though.
not to mention, I'm not gonna be able to pull off her voices as well as you do, but it
Yeah, I
is
got
now an NPC character.
No, I got it.
And Oberina, as she opens up the door, we were going to actually inform you, or at least to you, Mavis. Your mother is doing fine, and as she's about to continue, you do hear a commotion up on the back, as you do hear what sounds to be like someone being dragged.
Oh no!
That it doesn't sound fine.
What the
As
fuck?
you do hear Marlene saying, "Sister, you just recovered. Please rest another day more."
Oh dear
As
lord.
she is doing her best, and I did roll for their strengths, but Aqua's just too fucking strong.
When the barbarian tries to fight the fucking bard.
It's the other way around. That's the other way around.
Or yeah, sorry, when the bard tries to pull back the barbarian.
Yeah. And you just basically hear Aqua saying, "I am healed. I have the sword your daughter had lent me. I am just going to pay a visit to what I suspect is a Red Fox place, along with the fact that those mongrels were working for Ed. And as what you told me, the tiger thing with the backwards hands is also working for him. So would you mind stop dragging me?
No, it is kind of
You're my
funny
little
when both.
sister, but this is ridiculous. I'm not going to babysit. She pauses, looks down.
Oh, hello again.
She's more focused on Mavis, and I'm just gonna
I
roll.
figured. That's why I'm still making the comment.
I'm just gonna roll this. The first are gonna be an advantage for Akra, and the other one is at for Mavis's mom. I'm not gonna pull up the suits. Well,
Wow, she's just like, nope.
no, it's just more like it just seems like Marlene is being piggybacked by in an awkward way by Akra because Akra is shorter than all of you, and she is just walking over, and she walks over. Let me just roll what she's going to say. Evens is Mavis, Oz is Dina. Oh, she calls you by Mavis. She gives you a big bear hug I do need a con save because
God.
unfortunately your mom is not one to restrain herself.
Oh, whew.
Okay, she at least does not crush your entire. She doesn't break your spinal cord. She gives you
Oh, good.
a air hug, despite how short
Great.
she is. Well, she's currently mad because, well, you kind of see the taller Marlene is slightly on the ground because she's trying very hard to hold her back. There's actually drag marks from, well, from the way over. But yes, so Mavis, you're getting hugged by your adopted mother, Akra, as she goes, Mavis, you are alive. That's good.
If you keep squeezing me like this, maybe for not much longer.
Right. She just gently puts you down, but you also see that Marlene is trying very hard to pull your mom back.
It's good to see you out of bed.
Yes, the Blood Court were using all their spellcasters to multicast Greater Restoration and other high-level spells, and then your how do I explain this? She points over to Marlene, then to Oberyn. This is a strange family tie. Let us just say that this is your adopted aunt, and that is your adopted cousin. At best.
And yes, they're just trying to take care of you. You're not leaving, are you?
I am going to have a chat, a very angry chat, with a devil that's been hanging out with apparently the. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna just pull her sheet because this is the only proper way to do so for Akra. Where is your sheet, my dear? Here we go. Stormblood. Had to find you. Let me just roll wisdom at normal.
Damn.
Okay, she's got some reservation or reserve or control. But you do feel the cold air around you because that's not usually what she would have, as you would remember immediately, Mavis. And she goes, that fucking mage that turned or did some strange experiment on my body. I had literally had to spend a week feeling my whole body being pulled off apart and then put back together.
I'll lean over and whisper to Adaria. I used to get hit when I swore.
Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
No, I meant by Akra.
Oh, I
Okay,
know,
anyway.
I know. No, I know. It's kind of like
Look.
I don't.
Yeah, your adopted mom never quite cursed it too much. Except when
Look
she was very
around.
angry.
There's plenty of magic. I'm sure someone could cast some sort of message spell. Hell, write a damn letter. You're not leaving. You're not well yet.
She literally holds out what looks to be like a very large cleaver sword now.
Oh no.
No, I'm pretty fine. My my niece over there, she points over to Oberyn, gave me this when I asked her.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Oh,
She
wow,
shake,
that...
you see Oberyn kind of just shaking her head in dismay of a.
Did she ask
Right
you
under the
or...
butt.
Oh, excuse me.
Do you want the truthful answer or a pleasant lie on this one?
Am I going to get hit with a sword if I ask for the truthful answer?
You see both vampires actually just look at Akra, who easily hefts the sword over to her shoulder, and if you want to get a proper accurate of her height, she is 5'2".
I think I'm only like 5'8". I'm not that much bigger.
Yeah.
No, that's fine, but as much as I enjoy the family reunion and you probably breaking 2 of Mavis's ribs, I've come here for 2 things. First and foremost, um, we've learned that the Red Fox are indeed in league with the fuckers that are in the Grandeur Court or whatever the fuck that shit is.
As soon as you
And
say that, Aqua turns, looks at Marlene. See? Didn't I not tell you? Now let go. You
and
can see
current,
Marlene shaking her head. No.
and currently, the Serpentine Court are going to get their pound of flesh. And I know how much some of you would enjoy your own pound of flesh, as we're, what are they saying? Inventing a revolution or inspiring one.
Oh no. You can now you're gonna spark her competitive
Yep, that's what she.
Marlene.
Yeah!
Oh god. Okay.
Oh, wait, that's for
Oh
Akra. Shit, I thought that was for Marion.
no.
Well, shit. Well,
Right? My little sister, if you're gonna cling on to me, you better stay on tight. Mavis, are we gonna go now? Because I feel very vengeful at the moment.
could we at
As the
least
air
have
Not.
some?
Yeah, can we wait just a moment?
We're
No, I don't
closer.
want to wait. You just
We're,
told me I got competition right now.
look, first off, we need to ensure. Looks at Marion. Or, God, I keep saying Miriam because I know it's the other one. We need to ensure that at least some of the elites from the Blood Court would be willing to help if Akra's going to rush into danger like this. All things considered. Unless you want her in another situation where she's someone's plaything or fuck toy once again.
There's no way that you are ready for battle of any sort. You can't be healthy yet.
Marlene's about to say something, and then Akka shouts full anger and rage, but not at you guys. It just says, Blood Court, I demand that you all start showing up here now.
Oh dear
And
lord.
even though she's talking what appears to be calm, it is far from it. You do feel pressure from her voice.
You know, in some ways,
Okay.
I think this was probably the best party to handle this endeavor.
And let me just get can Mavis and Adaria please roll me a 3d10 each?
Oh my god. I'm so glad we sent the person that'll piss people off to this place, because that's probably
You
the
said
right way to do that.
3d10.
Yeah.
Yes, 3d10.
Wow, I rolled hot ass.
So that is 27. And let me get Akra's charisma modifier, which is 4. So I'm not going to put them all here, but immediately as she shouts out, 30 elites immediately start running, scrambling.
See? Mavis, we're doing a good thing here. Kind of.
And then Mavis, Akra is placing her hand on your waist and picking you up over her shoulder.
No.
Damn it.
No.
And Akra is just saying very calmly, very angrily, and she does feel very cold right now. All right, I'm strong enough to carry at least 2 of you, maybe 3, as she looks over to Adaria. I don't know if I gotta drag you or not. But all of us are
Wait.
going, now.
Well, I need
Wait,
to
why are you cold?
I want to ask that mage myself. Because
Oh.
recently I ended up blowing an entire corridor with ice when I started screaming.
Oh. That means he probably still has part of your soul. We might want to get that back.
She turns her head to the side, and then she just tells the 2 right there is like, move, you 2. I don't want to turn you guys into popsicles.
So you don't mind if I tag along? I need to talk to points that. God, I keep. It's Miriam and who's mom again? Brains being dumb.
It's
Akra.
Overina and Marlene. That's Marlene.
Okay, Marlene.
Oh,
Thank you.
Marlene. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Miriam.
because
Yeah.
I need to talk to Marlene while we're walking and talking, or rather running and talking about a. What
Let me
was
just
it?
make sure because both their
Yeah.
names start with M, so I could be getting it wrong again
No,
myself.
Miriam is the one in the book. That one I do remember because it's written down. Because she was
Okay,
the one
good.
guardian. That's why I wanted to make sure what her name
Okay.
was.
I just need to roll something for very angry Akra. Where did I put your?
See,
Right,
this
I
is
can
the
also.
one time where pissing off someone is working in our favor because it's like, I understand blood. Let's go murder.
Yep, I am just trying to find good old Akra because
Though I feel
Can
bad
we
that
pick up the others on the way?
they'll probably meet us there, considering.
Meanwhile, Solantly walking down the street. I
Yeah.
wonder when they're going to show up.
I'm just trying to find.
I bet Batteria is just talking their ear off, and they're ready to kill her just as much as they are anyone else.
Here we go. Found you.
You're not wrong, but it kind of worked almost close.
I'm waiting for the
this-
redheaded one to throw a rock and blow a hole through that wall over there.
But this nice
Because
wall.
this is what Akra shows that she basically turns a good portion of the area with quite literally a frost breath.
Should
What
we be
the
concerned yet about that?
fuck?
Why is she so much better than me?
Holy fuck. Huh.
Someone got merged with the White Dragon.
That's because, Mavis, can you roll me a history at advantage because you were literally witness to this?
Okay. Advantage. History. Nice.
You remember exactly what happened when your adopted mother was under the control of that golem core. It did inject something into her body.
Oh my god. Injected the soul of a fucking white dragon into her soul. Oh, Agent Silver. Even better.
I forgot about that.
Okay, so I was correct. Ed is fucking around, and now he's about to find out. As we're walking, Marlene, I'm curious on something as much as I know you detest me in every way, shape, and form.
Yes, if it wasn't for my sister utterly ignoring your cultist species, I would not have spared you any thoughts, but considering that my sister she's enjoying her family time with Mavis, I'm going to spare you some time or indulge you with a conversation.
Does the name Miriam mean anything to you? I guess it's
Yeah, you might get slapped.
that's fine. I'm used to it.
Okay. Let me just get this. Roll me a D100 to see just how hard she's going to hit you.
It's gonna be 100. Watch, and I'm gonna get fucking knocked to the stratosphere. Well,
Okay.
isn't gonna hurt.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah. Great to do right before we go into battle. I can heal it, but
This is going to be an athletics, so she's going to smack you with it because she's a bit enraged. I'm just going to put it normal.
see, this is what happens when I piss people off or open my mouth in any campaign. I immediately get punched. Oh, ow.
So,
How many points of damage?
You're just taking 4 points of damage. 5,
Okay.
actually, to be 1 plus 4.
Okay, Jesus.
I'm sorry, my fist just kind of flew out there.
Of course it did. That didn't answer my question, though.
Yes, you're referring to my mother.
Oh, cool, because your mother knew my mother, and I was curious if you were informed of that ever.
Yes, that's why my fist went flying.
Well, what did my mother do to yours? All I know is apparently she ended up out in... My mother ended up out in the stars and gave her a book.
Oh, you did not know that. Okay, you don't know anything. You are these Descensia, Desra. I don't even know your family's last name very well. I just know that your mother was something.
Well, apparently, which is where it gets wonky, I apparently murdered my family. My mother went to the astral space, talked to your mother, but then, I guess, reset something? I don't know how this works.
Did you also know that she looks over in Mavis' direction and then to Akra's direction and then leans over to Akra? I don't think she knows. Actually, wait. Then she pauses because she's actually still somewhat attached to Akra, trying to slow her down a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, my niece, Mavis, my dear, you wouldn't happen to be in acquisition of a certain book, are you? Like it's very golden, very bright.
Maybe why?
I'm glad to grab her sheets inside that.
Wait, Mavis or Marlene?
Mavis.
Or, oh, Marlene, yeah.
This is very important, dear, because I don't feel like explaining certain things that should not be explained if they don't need to be. At the very least, from what I remember.
Yes.
Oh, dear God. Don't tell me you signed it.
Bombastic side eye towards Adaria.
Yeah, Adaria just looks at her.
I'm
She
not even
may-
gonna say a damn word.
Let's say theoretically she did. Why?
She starts saying something to Akra. Akra stops, looks at all of you, looks at Mavis, and looks at now. It seems like she's finally noticing you more clearly, Adaria.
Can I please understand what the fuck is going on rather than everyone side-eyeing me?
I'm just gonna see which one of them is gonna ask this question because they've lived long enough to know. Or at
Oh,
least
am I
have
about to get fucking punched again?
If it goes worse, you might get smited.
God damn it! Can't fucking have shit in this fucking thing.
Alright, I'm just checking something with where did I always put your sheet? I'm just gonna use the Horn Knight's sheet because I don't want to be going crazy going back and forth looking for everyone's sheet. Okay. Not an advantage, but okay, 14. Looks at between you all. What is your earliest memories right now, Mavis?
Um, for sure, very clearly after the fire. But every so often I get flashes when my parents were alive.
Okay. Not quite fitting with my memories, but there was something I was supposed to be dealing with a book. I'm not sure who gave me the messages. Mariam, it's best that you tell them because you were more closer to Mother than I was. Or at least you deal with the idiots who like to summon things that they shouldn't be. And Mariam adds in, yes, apparently there was some particular rules. I am not sure what our mother was doing, but looks at Adaria. Your particular mother signed a pact dealing with a book. And apparently did something to said book.
I know her name's in there, and she was one of the. I think they're called Guardians, but past that, I have no fucking clue. Other than apparently she left the Feywild because I murdered everyone because I became possessed by those from beyond the stars and all that shit. Or at least a version of me. And that version is just kind of in this necklace, or what's left of it. She kind of holds it up as it's still probably cracked.
Mariam looks, well, you can roll me a wisdom saving throw, Adaria. Unfortunately, you will not get Akra's bonus at the moment because
Not
you
an
get
ally. I understand. I'm not
it's not
loved in
just
this.
that, but you get the feeling that both two pairs of eyes are looking at you with a more predatory, if not somewhat hostile presence.
Oh my god.
You pass as yep, you definitely pass from Akra's dragon fear now that she has it.
Fucking hell.
But
The rage of two moms. And they're gonna hit me with their soccer minivans. And aka their fists.
well, let's just say that Obrina's on table. Obrina's sword is now currently being hefted and carried around by Akra. So,
I kinda figured.
but they just looking at you.
Mavis, am I going to die?
Yeah.
Mavis, from just your passive perception, you get the feeling that it's most likely only going to be Adaria that's going to die.
That's why I said, am I?
But you know what, Mavis, since you're the catalyst of all this, roll me a D100. You want to aim low.
Since you're you're
No.
the oh my god, I'm gonna go!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're gonna die twice.
Again,
I'm
I have
so
I have acquired the mass of two mom's fists in my face.
Okay, well,
I'm so
I move over
sorry.
here, and do you resist as she picks you up?
Is she? Let me, because I have a decent passive. Is she going? Is it like intent to kill?
It's more like she's probably just shaking you in the air viciously.
As long as it doesn't break bones, I'll not gonna resist.
Okay, because she does turn into this.
Yeah, this is about how I expected this meeting to go.
And her very words, which you hear very clearly. The last thing I remember was that your mother sacrificed my mother. And while I may not be in the mindset of holding the child responsible for sin, since I can't get my hands on your mother, you're almost the second best option.
This would kind of suck because I'm technically not her daughter. I'm the aspect of it from an astral something or other. This is the one you should be angry at. And she holds out the necklace. she's already dead too, so I guess I, by proxy, just someone to vent at.
Yeah, she's not doing any damage, but she's just shaking you furiously.
I know, that's why I'm kind of playing it off.
Then Aqua just looks at you, Mavis. You're gonna have to catch me up on everything while we are killing a bunch of devils, demons. What the hell do you call those things again? The ones that are in between and dwell in Gehenna. Bunch of criminal scumbags and a Magus's toys.
This is gonna be a long fucking night, and I can't feel my ribs.
Oh, trust me, dear. If it was up to me, you won't feel anything.
Thanks for your pity.
It is not pity I'm going to give you. As Aqua storms out, still carrying Mavis.
Look, think of it this way. You may hate everything I stand for, but for the time being, I'm still working with Mavis and making sure our party is living and breathing at the end of the day. So it's at least worth something. And killing me would only put somewhat of a damper on that, and also probably upset her. And you wouldn't want that, no? Or piss off Akra. This is where Adery is gonna start getting exploitative because she doesn't want to die. She's not lying, because she is kind of right, because she has mostly been helping the party.
It's mostly for self-control.
Look, at the end of the day, once we deal with the Grandeur Court, I won't ever talk to you again. If that makes you feel any better. Mavis probably still will, considering she's your niece. But that's really about it. So, just this one time, can we put arms quite literally aside and just focus on the bigger picture?
Aqua puts Mavis down for a second, walks over, pats her hand on Adaria's head. I will hold you to that, and since you are helping my daughter, I will give you the smallest benefit of a doubt. And as much as I would like to let my sister have all the fun in ringing you and your entire family for whatever harm you had done to our mother, I have other things to destroy in my fury and anger. So clean yourself up. Heal 5 points of health because she's using lay on hands on you.
Oh, thank God.
Keep your mouth shut, at least in our presence for the moment. And I am off to go kill some demons, devils, and I believe they're called Mongolos or whatever they call them, the ones in Gehenna. Bunch of scumbags. And I do hope to have a not so touching reunion with Ed because I do have some pointed words. And she huffs the Titan's cleaver.
That
And a parting gift for him.
that can probably be arranged after all this.
Good. Then she turns. The dark fury and anger somehow just immediately vanishes as she talks to Mavis. Mavis, dear, is your other friends going to be as problematic as this one? I am worried about your journey.
Oh my God. Mavis, you just hear in your mind, I fucking hate it here.
I feel like you should make that decision yourself when you meet them.
Is there any surprises I need to worry about, dear?
I'm still alive.
Yes, which I am very thankful for them in aiding. You've grown up so much, you've already passed me in height.
I can't feel my fucking neck. My muscles are numb. This is all in the mental link, by
Mariam,
the way,
please.
because I'm not gonna say that out loud. That's stupid.
Yeah. Mariam finally comes out, she's holding. Drops you. Just continues walking.
One
Alright,
day.
so
Sorry, go.
Well, time to show me, my dear daughter, as Akra is patting you, Mavis, on the shoulder. You know, it is awkward because now she is much shorter than you now.
Yes, you look a lot different when you're not armored.
Oh, right. I almost did forget about that.
We'll say,
As-
don't forget we are on a bit of a timetable because we don't want the Serpentine Court to get there first and get their pound of flesh, etc., etc.
Oh, of course I'm not gonna let them take out all the fun.
All I ask, though, and this is probably the last thing I'll say, if you come into contact with one of the 4 Devas, I do need their souls for a deal I had made for someone else. The bitter tongue one, the blacksmith, is making me a weapon, and their souls are components. So please try not to kill them immediately, all I ask.
As you're saying that Akra just pulls out a item, or rather a weird looking orb. Right, I believe this thing can instantly put my there we go. As her arm immediately appears on her.
What
But
the actual...
there is a noticeable amount of patchwork on it. I had to remove parts of the armor to get that crap off of me. Still, it looks more intimidating. Right. You were saying something about Devas?
Yes, I need their souls for components, at least need to be somewhat close when they're killed. The bitter tongue
So
was
you
making
made
me
a
a
deal with a
weapon.
devil. Was
Not
it a
entirely.
devil, a demon, or...
I don't know what bitter tongue is.
I never heard of a bitter tongue except for medicine.
He's a forge master. That's quite well at his craft, but apparently needs specific pieces for things.
Okay. As Akra just kind of walks right by, not really giving too much of a care for it.
I'm not going to get these fucking orders filled. She just says under her breath.
And I'm just gonna move you guys here. Or rather, do you guys say anything as so Jeebus, I mean sorry, Tiernan, Syndra, and Shub, roll me a D100 each, and same for Adaria and Mavis.
Alright, Mavis, don't roll another 100 for the love of Christ. Never mind, I'll roll a 7.
Well, you need a really low score, and well, Adaria provided it, so I'm just gonna go real quick here. I won't go too quickly into the to the next one. Let me just delete this, and you roll over here. Do you guys see anything as well, there is a full-on army. Tyrannin, Syndra, and Shub, you do see quite a bit of an army, or at least a small group of the Crimson Court already moving way ahead of you. In fact, you're pretty certain you do see Mavis and Adaria being carried at some points. While also right behind you guys, or at least catching up to you as fast as they can now, because they had just spotted the Crimson Court up ahead, is the Serpentine Court of Ludwig, Fia, and Genora, with some of their other mercenaries, which you do see Vestio and Nakali as well catching up.
There's no fucking way they're both getting the princess treatment before a battle.
One, I'd imagine like Adaria's getting dragged by the foot, and Mavis is actually being properly carried.
Oh, this is bloody funny.
No, you actually just saw Adaria getting shaken around like a almost like
Oh
a
yeah,
chew.
the ragdoll.
Yeah.
Nope. I look up at Syndra, which is kind of what I expected.
You know, actually, at the end of the day, that is pretty much what we all figured, wasn't it? Oh well. Onward.
All right. So as you do enter the the merchant hall, the merchant area. It is emptied out, and you begin to walk toward the main palace of the grandeur court. You do hear, and everyone does, a voice in your head that belongs to none other than Nicholas, and it's a bit of a jovial one, almost. Well, I am surprised at this particular answer to my invitation. I had only hoped that you would be willing to talk, but I see the other courts are fully armed and armored. Is this open warfare?
Okay, sorry. Who is he talking to about this?
I
To
think it's
all
like
of you. You literally hear his voice like a megaphone.
Hmm. Well, I would say that if you do wish to, now would be the time to admit to dealing with the Red Fox, and maybe they'll all be happy to be nicer to you.
Really up to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay. Red Fox explained it to me.
Again, I don't quite know what you're talking about, but there are plenty of foxes here. If you're into the kitsune and other beast-like women and male.
oh, he's saying the wrong thing.
Um,
No, it's quite funny. Now that you mention, we are looking for a very specific kitsune. Damn shame that you happen to be on there that have some of your employment up there, no?
I've never heard someone choose death before. Fascinating.
Alright, as I am quite unaware, or rather unsure of your accusations, open warfare it is. Please step inside and we will have our debate or conversation, meeting, whatever you want to call it now. I'll meet you in the further depths of my court once you or if you can get there. So make sure to put your tokens here as well, as you guys are going to enter, I am going to end the session here because it's going to be a very long, dragged out battle now.
you're welcome, Miser.
Yeah. This was inevitability. He's like, let's have a meeting. It's like, let's start a revolution instead. Which, to be fair, was like the end goal eventually.
Have meeting, comma.
Semicolon warfare.
I'll put the other tokens there later so I can just reorganize everything. Because I'm going to have a lot of sheets up next session. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this session. I am Miser Mark. You can find my content on both YouTube and Twitch under Miser Mark as well. Oh, I am looking forward to this very large war scale. I'm gonna have to probably apply some rules here and there. There is a couple of very powerful NPCs that just joined the battle out of the sheer anger and fury. And you know what? I'm going to hand it over to my co-conspirator of this week's D&D campaigns, Jeebus Adingus.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeevis. You can find all of our content on my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I had to miss streaming the last session of My brain just shut down. Sea of Sorrows. But we do have that on Miser's channel, so I will post a link to that in my channel. But hopefully I have fixed the issue with the. It wasn't even an issue. It was just didn't really have everything set up at the time. But tomorrow we will go play with time and see what a Chronomancy Archmage can get, kind of shenanigans can get up to. I will throw it over to Mr. Moogle.
Hello, I play Cinder Gallows tonight, and yeah, we can get that quite as recorded as often. I will be late tomorrow night, so you get to have a lot more conversation with everybody else, because I don't get to choose when doctor's appointments show up. So yeah. Other than that, on the 4th, which is Labor Day, I believe we're going to either do a one-shot of Call of Cthulhu, or maybe I'll round the bears up again.
Coming back from retirement.
So, that meaning, I believe it's time for Mariner to take over.
Hello, I am the elf that somehow pisses off everyone every time a word escapes her mouth.
That's a talent.
It's a talent, or the player is just good at making characters hated by everyone. Anyway, yeah, you can find me on Transpace Mariner on Twitter, or Twitch, and DM Mariner on Twitter. And yeah, next week we're gonna have some downtime, wait till the party gets their packages, and then kind of just figure out where they want to go next, now that they got some inner city passes on the way. And yeah, I'll throw it, I guess, back to Miser to close us off.
Yep. So, as I mentioned before, next session of Into the Wildlands, we're gonna have a full-scale war. So I'm gonna have to look up some particular rules to make sure that the battle isn't going to be too dragged out and a little speedy. Have some fun. Oh man, I am looking forward to this. There's a lot of devils, demons, and well, Yugolofs lurking around. So, plus, I'm sure my players have noticed two very special guests in our vicinity.
Hey, the cute
Yes,
puppies.
the vampire. Hello, Gaiden.
Yeah, good night, everyone. I'm looking forward to the next session of Into Wildlands.